And let me see if I butcher your name because I remember I used to butcher your name or not.
Still gonna butcher it.
Who is it Gerard?
Gerard.
Fuck.
You butchered it.
Like, is it
Butchered
really
it.
Gerard?
Yeah.
Gosh damn it. Anyway, damn, why do I always do that? Like,
Hey, that's gonna be the clip right there.
That is the clip.
That is the clip right there. The return of Gerald.
What I do when I go to sleep every night, you saving the life. What I do when I wake up first sight, you saving the life. What I do when I battle every single day, you saving the life. What I do when the North so Hawaii, you saving the life. Now my flow is flowing, life is ever knowing, I'm forever going. Obstacles are slowing me from being me. My mind can see potential in me, failing publicly, still.
No, the future is doing it with you. No, that was the 80s. I mean, like Alexa, turn my fan off. Yeah, my sister got it. It's not even plugged in.
Like, yeah, see, the thing is, my uncle got one, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't even use it.
Yeah, I don't see a point to it. Like, I understand, but it's gonna be like everything else. Like everything else that I don't see points to. Like, all the shit we do on camera phones, all the social media.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if we don't see a point to it. Mm-hmm. It's just probably gonna become society.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to just use it.
Yeah, and I really hope that doesn't turn the way Wall-E turns out. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's the one thing I think of, because if you look at it, all technology is just trying to make everything easier. That's pretty much the whole.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you already have cars that drive themselves. You know what I mean? So,
dude,
it's getting scary.
I saw an article today. Someone shared. We talking about CDL drivers. Tesla, Anheuser-Busch, but Tesla cars. I mean trucks. And it's obviously it's only going to be for local shipping because trucks usually don't. I mean, all Tesla models pretty much do 300 and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think somewhere along the lines it was trying to get them to be AI driven too.
That's crazy.
But yeah, right now it's just electric trucks and shit. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's an interesting world that it's coming into, and it's crazy because when I grew up, what was it? I was born '92.
Yeah.
So if I go back to the computers back then, when I first started playing games on a computer, which was around '97, man, it's just really evolved. It's crazy, and to think that my nephew, I think he's 11, he came at the right time, man.
You think that's it?
He came in at the right time. So
did we come in at the wrong time?
I mean, it's not that we did. It's just it was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nowadays, that's why they call so-called millennials, or actually, I think they're called something different now. I think, right? Isn't Generation Z? I think.
So are you millennial?
I'm millennial. Yeah, I don't like consider myself one just because I don't
like the way you talk. It didn't sound like you did.
Yeah, I don't really consider myself one because like the whole typical millennial is like, you know, always on their phone. Yeah. Kind of.
Are you always on your phone?
I mean, I am, but
it looks like an Apple Watch.
Yeah, I am, but see, the thing is, I use it for like music. I use it for.
So your use is okay, but everybody else is.
Well, because there's this, dude, they're just like they want to post what they're doing. You know what I mean? They want to take pictures of like. They're at McDonald's.
I never understood selfies or any of that shit.
Yeah, me neither.
But I started doing them because since I try to do these things, like it creates content, and I understand like it's important for people to have crap to look at, so they just don't see your ads, quote unquote. You know?
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite. He's a fitness exercise guy in New York, but he always said like number one rule of social media before I can teach you any of the hacks is you got to post stupid shit. It's like not like it don't matter whether you like post stupid shit because that's what people want.
It's the clickbait, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they want you to click on it.
Yeah.
Like I hate it too because I'm not gonna lie, I fall for it too. Like I'll be on Facebook and there'll be like some
you get
stupid thing and like I'm like, oh, I want to see it. And I read, I'm like, wow, did I really I really clicked on that? Like so stupid. And it happens because, you know, I follow sports, right? So they'll post like, oh, breaking news, this Cowboys player just got released. I'm like, oh my God, who is it? It's like their backup quarterback. And I'm like, come on,
because we're in 24-hour news cycle. Yeah, they make news about anything. And then what's the worst, like something like Event Hubs, right? We tell you the fighting games, Event Hubs, that used to be a real good site.
Yeah.
And it still sort of kind of maybe is, but now there's just articles and news for news sake. Like I won yesterday to see like who won the last chance qualifier. Dude, that was like 4th or 5th article because the first 3 were like highlights. like of this shit, or
Yeah.
Justin Wong did this at it, and I'm like, that's cool, bro. Like, where's the article about who actually won the tournament?
Yeah, and
there
you
is
gotta,
none.
like,
I have
you
to
gotta,
click
like,
on
dig
early
into it.
results.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like,
It happened to me too a couple times. I was trying to see some results, right? And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I finally found them, but they were like for like 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
like, why is it so hard to find? But I mean, it's the type of world we're evolving into, man. And it's interesting, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it's all about, I guess, making that money because,
no, that's why they do it.
yeah.
Like, and that's why I need content. Like, I had Jermaine on here this week.
Mhm.
You know him? Yeah, no.
No, is he a musician?
Oh yeah,
FGC?
he's both. He's
Oh,
actually
okay.
both. Yeah, he was the black guy who's Killer Instinct player. He has glasses.
Man, I have no idea.
All right, so maybe you didn't meet him because those weren't Killer Instinct. Definitely wasn't your game.
Yeah.
I think he messes with Street Fighter lightly.
Yeah.
You know, but probably not in the 4 days, more in the 5. You know,
Yeah.
so that's probably why you don't catch him.
Yeah.
But either way, shit, I totally lost my train of thought. Why I brought him up. It had to do with
Yeah.
what we were just talking about.
I have no idea. I don't know the part too. Yeah. And what she brought up, Killer Instinct, I thought about it because actually I have it downloaded on my PC, but I've never.
I wanted to get it. I
mess
never
with-
got it either.
I only mess with like the free characters because it's weird. Like they give you like a free character one week and then they'll
Yeah.
change it the next week, and it's cool. But the whole game is just it's weird. It's just God. Like when I was playing it, like it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but like I was just like, man, how do people play this? Because it's just you're just hitting buttons like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? And it just didn't
Say
make any
about
sense.
everything every game, dude. Come on,
Yeah,
you
I
play
know
Marvel, dude. Shut
Yeah,
up.
I know that, but, like,
like
I felt like I could just hit whatever and like it's a 20 hit combo, but you know, like in Marvel, you actually have to like, you know,
no, Marvel, you can hit whatever. Too. If you want to win, it's a different story. But you can hit whatever, and things happen in Marvel.
yeah. Speaking
That's
of
for
Marvel,
sure.
I haven't even downloaded any of the DLC characters.
I don't
Kinda
blame you.
sad.
What do you think of that game? Because you seem to like those two games. You never were, you've had your ups and downs with the communities, but you definitely did like those games and still played it by yourself.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I like to say I'm an online warrior.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like. Don't get me wrong. I have a real good friend,
You're part
Richard.
of the Wolf Prone generation.
Yeah.
Was it Soul Cypher in there?
What?
Soul Cypher, is that his name?
Oh yeah, Richard. Yeah. So Cypher. Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy how you know him. That's cool. Shout out to him. But
yeah, I played him in person and we just added each other. Many. I think it was at you remember Eddie? Eddie Tiggs was his name?
Eddie Tiggs. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he had a house tournament many years ago and we
And
played each
Richie
other a
went
lot.
there. Wow,
Yeah.
that's
We played each
crazy.
other a
It was at
lot.
Marvel or Street Fighter?
Street
Probably
Fighter 4. Yeah.
Street Fighter 4, yeah.
Yeah, he played Abel, but then a lot of other people too.
Yeah, he plays a lot. Like, let me tell you, like that dude, I'm so lucky that I met him. I met him in 2011 when Marvel 3 came out, right?
Yeah.
So at first when Marvel 3 came out, man, I was so bad at that game. And don't get me wrong, not even when I first met Richard, I was still pretty bad. I was
Yeah.
actually really bad still, but like, man, I was completely lost, couldn't do anything. And when I met him, like we would just play online. You know, he lived in Katy at the time, I think, and then he moved to San Antonio around that time, and he really got me.
Made you better?
Yeah, he did. And then like I surpassed him like pretty bad in Marvel 3 because I remember we played on PS4. When was this? Like, I think it was when they first released it on PS4, right? And I was
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah.
bro, they put Marvel on PS4. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And so we downloaded it, we're playing it, right? And like I was just bodying him, and he was like, bro, you're like went to like Super Saiyan God. I'm still stuck on 2. And I was just like, I said, yeah. I said, well, when I started going out to the community, I think it was in 2014. That's when I started really trying to take the game serious and play a lot. And I made a pretty good improvement. Like I'm not saying I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
trying to
but
say
they made you better being around all those other people.
Yeah, but like coming back, like if you looked at like how
But
I
to be
played.
fair, watching him online, it's not like he was playing Marvel either.
Oh yeah, like the thing is like he's so like
Street Fighter was
pussy-based.
definitely a game he played more, and then like
Mhm.
if we just took at the overall thing, like Marvel 3 sort of
Yeah.
died, you know?
Yeah, and that's the reason why I got into Street Fighter 4 actually, because I played Marvel 3. So around that time, this is 2014. So this was around the time that I think Ultra came out,
Yeah.
and nobody played Marvel. You know what I mean? It was just everybody was just playing Street Fighter. I think at Ultra, Marvel scene kind of died. It was mainly Street Fighter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really got into it because like that's what he played, right? I was like, okay, it's on PS4. Actually, I think it was on PS3 back then. Yeah, correction. Yeah, so it was on PS3. I said, hey, you know what? I'll get it.
And put latency life.
And it was cool. Like, I picked up Poison. I liked the way that the character played. For some reason, I can't play a character in Street Fighter if they don't have a fireball. They need to have a fireball for me to play them. If they don't have a fireball, I have
young Daigo. You're young Daigo.
Like it's weird. It's just like I can't function. Like
it's the Daigo in you, man.
I don't know how to get in. Like I need to chug a fireball. That's the way I play. And so once Poison came, I was like, man, she has a fireball and it changes speed. That's even great. She has a little flip kick. Like I just liked it. Had a Rekka because I wasn't very good at links.
Yeah.
So that's why when I first started to learn links, I was like, damn, like I never thought I would learn these. But looking back at it, it's not that hard. But
I mean, like it isn't. It depends who you're playing with and what links we're talking about.
Yeah, because I was hitting.
Did you ever do Evil Ryu's 28 hit combos?
No,
yeah, exactly.
No, man. The funny thing is that's who I actually started using because he, it's like the easiest red focus combo into like Ultra where you do the axe kick and then you cancel the red focus. I thought that I was so good that I learned how to do that, but I'm just like, man, that's just I see those other combos. But actually, Evil Ryu before Ultra I think it was Nathan used them, right? And my God, I think it's Nate.
Blanca player? Or is it different Nathan? 'Cause Nathan used to always run Blanca most of the time. So
he played Rose.
It might be a different Nathan. The Nathan I'm thinking of is a Blanca primary.
He has glasses.
Yeah.
Bigger guy. Is that what we're talking about?
He played other people, but Blanca definitely was a big thing for him.
Man. Well, that's how long I've been out. I forget people's name. But anyway, like I saw him this was actually back at God, what was it? Slick Willie's there. That's actually
shit. I only went to one tournament there. That was kind of like my first introduction to the scene.
Same here. That was actually the first one. My brother told me about that. I said, hey, they play at Slick's. Like, I want to take you because I know you're trying to get into Marvel. I said, cool. I went there, got bodied by Naylor.
Nice.
Yeah, I got bodied by Mark Anthony. Even got bodied by Ward. So unfortunately, but yeah, so
continues.
That was like when I first was thinking, okay, I'm getting better at the game, right? And then I actually played people who played, and I was like, wow, I suck. And I'm just like, man, but that was actually the first time that I came out to the scene. That's when Roger used to bring his, I believe he took his Mac. He'll take his Mac there and stream.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. I was like, man, that's crazy. But that's when I saw Nate playing, and he was playing Evil Ryu, and he was doing these axe kick combos, and I was like, what the heck is like, this is insane, And at that time, I don't think, actually I did. Okay, so I already have watched Evil. I watched Evil that year, I believe. I think that was Marvel 3's first year, I think, at Evil. Maybe. I'm pretty sure, I think it was, 2012.
It was first year, then that's the year Vasant wins.
Wait, so that was 2011. Okay, my bad. So this was after that. So I've already seen Evil. And then Evil's coming up again for the second time. So this was actually, I think Ultimate was out this time. So that's really what was my first introduction to the scene and just seeing it like in person. Because like, when you see people playing on Twitch, they're supposed to be the professionals. You know what I mean? That's why they're there. So seeing
when you watch tournaments.
Yeah, when you watch tournaments. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. When you watch the tournaments, being streamed like final round, all that.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be good, But when I finally saw it in person, I was like, man, it's achievable.
Yeah.
But that's
to a degree, because none of us here have ever been that good.
Well,
in Street Fighter 4, we did have the 4 San Antonio guys.
Yeah.
And they didn't travel too much, but when they did travel, they could totally hang. It was like the Tampa Bison thing I was telling you about before. Like, they're not going to win, but they'll be in the 16 to 32 range.
And didn't Rain win at Showdown, right?
He won
Showdown, I think, right?
He won Texas Showdown, unless I just really don't remember. I doubt he won, but he won the Dallas one.
Okay, so it was not
what
Texas Showdown. I know what you're talking
Absolute
about.
Battle.
Absolute Battle, yeah. I know he won one of those.
He beat Filipino champs Dalzine, but like, Rain counter him with Yun, whatever you want to call it. And no offense to that, that's before it's a Capcom tour.
Mm-hmm.
So only Texas people went, and they would pay usually Champ, one or two people to come. Yeah, Champ, Chris G, or whatever.
And I think Wong even came for one.
Yeah,
I think, but they they pay.
So
him.
I mean, like they were winning, but like they won that, but they wouldn't win when they went to final round or where everyone shows up.
But Rain's pretty good, and
at that game he was.
He's pretty good. And,
those are 4 guys, dude. Rain, Jason, House, and I always forget the fourth one because he was in and out of San Antonio and then left. The Abel player. Did you ever play him? The Pat Abel player.
Pat Abel.
I can't remember.
Do you remember his name?
He was real fucking good.
Nah.
Real good. I'm sorry, not Abel player. Pat.
My phone on silent real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Are you good?
It is on silent.
I'm saying Abel, but I'm saying the other Adon.
Adon.
The Pat Adon player.
Oh,
He
so
had
he's
glasses.
Adon. Oh, I know who you're talking. Isaiah.
Yeah.
Isaiah. Oh yeah, I did
It's
play
real
him.
good.
That dude was amazing. So
Yeah.
I did play him a long time ago.
I don't even know if he's here anymore. He probably isn't.
I don't. But yeah, now you mentioned him. I think I played him at Slick Willie's, but yeah, he was pretty good too.
Yeah.
And you know, Paul's pretty good. He could.
No, he was a good story in that you got to see. I got to when I first meet him, he was quote unquote whack. You know, like I would beat him, and then as the game kept going, he kept playing. You could see him transform because he started hanging out with Jason and stuff. So it was cool seeing him get better. I would love. It was funny playing him because I think certain people, like I think he just had Dowsing problems, because I would still beat him and I would be like really fucking nervous because I know he's better now. But I think he would lose to me because he wouldn't accept like the reality of I'm Abraham, I'm gonna do crazy shit instead of like he's playing me like would a Dowsing do these things? You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm beating him because he's using too much logic instead of like.
That's the one thing I like about Paul. He'll get mad.
yeah, he would because on paper he's like I shouldn't be losing to this scrub, but it's like. But you keep approaching it like I'm a real player. That's the problem. Like you gotta understand that I'm crazy. I just want to ultra to you.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, a good example of him cracking to a Dawson. You need search up when Rudy played him at Rogers tournament main event. I think that's what it's called. They played, and he switched to Sim, and just Paul had no idea what to do.
Yeah, that just looked like a bad character for him, I guess, because like I was like, by that point our skill gap was totally different. He's way better than me, but I was like, why is he struggling with me? You know, like
and like
I ain't gonna beat him like 3-2 or something.
I don't blame him
like,
because like I have the same thing except for the character I can't beat is Vega.
Okay.
If anybody plays Vega,
there's
like
4 or 5?
In 4 and 5.
Okay.
Like oh my god, like it evolved. Like I could not beat Vega, and like I would always tell Richard, and I'll be like, dude, like I can't beat a Vega, like to save my life. Even like the scrub ones, I know that they have no idea what they're doing. I don't know what to block. I don't know what to hit. I don't know what to punish. And stupid claw.
You have to play Vega. That's the only way to get over.
That's what they were saying. I was like, dude, but I don't know. I can't play charge characters. So this is going back to 4. I know 5 is a motion, but like for some reason I can't play charge. And people are like, oh yeah, it's because you can't block. I'm like, yeah, hilarious. But that's what I would always tell them. They're like, yeah, because you don't know how to block. And I'm like, that's hilarious, bro. And I was like, no, I'm being serious. I can't play charge for some reason. Like I guess I don't know how to do it. It's just not in me. But I just can't play charge characters for some reason. And it sucks because I wanted to play Bison when Cross Tekken came out. Go figure.
That's the beginning of the end, yo. Like of probably Capcom, because I've had this discussion with a few people and that was probably Capcom's big gamble. That game failed, and then all the things that probably shouldn't have happened because I remember them talking about. There's an old Event Hub's article you can look up. Street Fighter V. When is it coming out? They asking one of the people, not Ono, one of the people, one of them shadow people who really handles this shit. Not Illuminati figure. Ono.
Illuminati figure.
That's
funny.
And they were like, dude, we're not even thinking about Street Fighter V. Like 2019, we might contemplate it. You know?
I think I've heard about that article. And this was like
you can still find it. This is a long time ago. This is way before there was a Street Fighter V.
Was this before 4 or this was during 4?
No, during 4.
Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty sure that somebody shared it in the group because I remember saying that they're like, oh, we're stuck with this game until 2019 because I remember that date, 2019.
Yeah, but X Tekken fails and Sony gives them money, so they're like, here's a game. And now you look at Marvel, Disney's video games thing, they kind of failed, so they started hiring the same people who did all their old games.
Yeah.
And now Marvel vs. Capcom comes out. And I
3?
just heard
the new one.
I'm sorry, Infinite.
Infinite, okay.
I'm glad they called it Infinite. And after that, it's out now because that ain't no 4. I'll tell you that shit.
Well, see, the thing is, I like Infinite, but then again, I'm loyal to the games I play.
I can go into that. I think someone told me, I haven't looked this up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. Someone told me the budget for Infinite was less than the budget of Street Fighter V Season 2 DLC, which is pretty crazy, right?
Well,
Like
to be honest, that explains a lot of things. 'Cause,
yes,
like,
you see?
have you played you played it, right? Or have you seen it?
I've seen a lot.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to.
Have you heard those voice actors?
Oh, it's horrible.
Like,
it's disgusting.
And that's what the one thing, like, I was talking to Richard
you heard the
about.
new Venom voice?
I remember my brother because I texted him the other day. Todd, he plays FGC. I'm pretty sure you may know. Yeah. And he was like, "Man, Venom's pretty cool." And I was like, "He sounds like Carnage." But yeah, he's pretty cool.
Well, Carnage, what do you mean? Sounds like Carnage?
Like that's the way, like his voice sounds more like the way a Carnage would sound. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Because you know how Venom's kind of, I would say Venom would have more of a manlier voice.
Yeah, and
he sounds more alien.
It might be because I don't know how far you go back. Like I go back to like, even though I was never like pro skill level, I go back to playing these things since like 92 or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did grow up playing
Did you
X-Men vs. Street Fighter?
Yeah, so you've seen old Venom, right?
Yeah,
in
seen
those
old Venom,
games?
Marvel,
yeah,
Marvel
like,
that one
like,
was cool.
That voice is cool.
Like we are
that
Venom, you know?
Yes.
And it was pretty cool. And I'm glad that they gave him some of the moves that he had, like the little shark thing that he did.
Yeah,
like shark thing, and then the little...
He looks and seems like he is cool, which is... And I feel like a lot of us like him just because he does everything he used to do.
Yeah, that's one thing which is great. I mean, that's what ideally, you know, because that's what the fan base is looking for. They want...
That's what I hate. Yeah. I hate that the fan base is only looking for nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way because like
we would never get a Street Fighter 3
exactly
without because Street Fighter 3 had almost none of them, you know?
Yeah.
But like when I was talking with Mike in that Instagram video, I don't think this part made the cut, but I was like, that was a crazy time because Street Fighter 3 and Alpha were coming out at the same time.
Yeah, I remember you.
So you get both sides, and I'm like, I don't think that'll
never
ever happen.
Do it again.
Yeah,
they're never doing that.
Because it was cool because we can move forward, but all you losers who need that shit, here it is.
Well, I mean, like, what's the point of Alpha 4? Because I'm going through the story. Like,
we don't need Alpha 4, but I mean, like, just give me, like, just keep moving forward.
The only thing I could think of, if you want to get, like, characters at the same time, was if they redid Street Fighter 1 more properly.
Oh, God.
Which,
right?
Yeah, exactly. but, I mean, you'll get a lot of
we don't need remakes, dude. Look what's happening to FF7, dude.
Oh, you know, I completely forgot about that game. Is it still in? Is that
I
still
just
being
saw a
worked
meme for it. Yeah.
Is it still being worked on? Or?
I believe so at some point. But I mean, like, when FF7 remake got announced, everybody was cool. But once I played and destroyed FF15, I went back and saw the clip, and I was like, "Yo, this looks like FF15, but it's Cloud instead of Noctis you know?"
Yeah, and that's just the story again right there with the road that Final Fantasy took. Because I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I own 1 through 8. Yeah. And I have 10 on the PS4.
You retired on 9? You took 9 off?
Well, see, the thing is, I never got 9. I wanted to play 9. I have 7, you know, which is pro PS1. I have 8 Black Label, which I thought was pretty cool to have that one.
What's the Black Label?
You know, because you know how they have the greatest hits and all that.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the
real
original,
one.
the real one.
Got you.
I have 1 and 2 came in Game Boy Advance. I still have that one. That's actually the first time I played on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
I got 3 on the DS. I got 4. This is what's crazy about. This is why I hate the video game world. Yeah. I have Final Fantasy 4, right? I have it on Game Boy Advance. I have it on DS. And I have it on PSP.
This is your fault. Don't buy them.
But the thing is, like, I was young when it came out, and I thought it was cool. And don't get me wrong, I like that they made 4 and they made it 3D. But I don't understand why I bought it on PSP. I think the only reason why I bought it was because they had a prequel included in there, and then they have the sequel included in there.
Oh, because some of those games in Japan get little weird side things. Like,
so they had it all bundled together. But just the thought of it, I'm just like, damn, I have 3 of the same game on 3 different systems. Like, isn't that wild? Yeah. And then I have Final Fantasy V on Game Boy Advance, which is actually my favorite. You're the reason
why I keep doing that shit, because you keep.
Well, the thing is, like kind of like I said, like, I'm real loyal to like those games. Like, I really love playing them. Like, it was the summer. I think it was like 04. My brother bought me Anthology for the PlayStation 1. Obviously PS2 was already out by then, but you know, it was a greatest hits game, so it was only like $15. And I played 5 because, like, you know, back then I wasn't the kid that had the systems. My brothers were the ones that had the systems.
Yeah.
So I'd always get the hand me down. So I'm playing a PS1 in like around 2004, but I didn't care because like the games were good. So I'm playing Final Fantasy 5, and I'm like, man, this game is freaking great. Like, I love it. And then they remade it. I bought it on Game Boy Advance, you know, which was, they did a full better translation because obviously the PS1 games was bad translation. And I just fell in love with the game. I love it. I still have it. And honestly, if they made a remake, I would probably buy it. I would probably buy it. And then, so I have 2 copies of that one. And then 6, I have the Game Boy one, and it came with the Anthology as well. And I actually have.
I started on 7, but I definitely love 6 too. Yeah, man. 6 is great.
And then I go figure, I have 6 on this mini Super Nintendo right over there.
Shit.
And what's cool though is I have the strategy guide from Anthology. That was actually a gift from my brother. He bought it for Christmas. I can't remember what year it was. Yeah. But it's the old strategy guide. It still has the EB Games.
Oh shit! I forgot about that store.
Like, oh my god, like, and it's in good condition. You know, obviously it's old, and it's awesome. Like, it's great. Like, I love stuff like that. For some reason, I like collecting strategy guides and stuff that. So I have Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have all those. Or actually, I don't have the Game Boy Advance 6, so they didn't release it in English. But I'm a loyal fan. That's why I like to tell people. That's why I like to tell people.
I love that in 6. And actually, I think you can do it in a few of the Super Nintendo ones. You can play 2 players, you know? Because you can just assign the controller to your friend.
Yeah.
And that was cool, because that was a cool way to, like, it's not as interactive as Secret of Mana or something, but it was a cool way for that my friend doesn't have to just stare at me play. He can join in, you know? Because he matters and shit now, you know? So, and then you can get 6 people, so you can go like 3 and 3, which is pretty tight, you know?
Cool. Yeah, but going back to Marvel, Infinite, I know we're talking about the voice actors, and like, oh my God, when I first got the game, I was so happy. I was like, man, this is great. Like, because I'm a big Marvel fan. Like, when Marvel 3 got announced, I literally bought a PS3 just so I could play it.
I bought it, so I can play my Richard in my world. So that's like my own Richard, you know? Like,
so like I got it. I was like, great, this is awesome. And then Infinite came out. I was all happy, right? I plug it in, you know, I put it on, and then I hear Nova's voice actor, and I was like, what the?
Yeah, like some people who aren't even old, like, why did they change them?
Yeah, and that's what I'm not.
Spencer's slightly different too, right?
Yeah, I think so. And that's what I was saying. Like, I was like, why didn't they just use what they had? Like, I'm okay with them recycling. I mean, they're obviously already using some of the moves already.
Not even the moves. It's not so much, like the look is 100. That was what pissed me off about. Like Infinite looked like they came up with one great idea. I thought the tag mechanic was great.
It is.
I thought the trailer, up until like people have playable demos, they did a really bad job of showing off this tag mechanic. You know, like because the game when it first, like the first trailer, just looked like, what is this? Like this looks really bad.
It was really, really weird.
Really, but once we got to see the tag mechanic, but I'm like, yo, if you remove that tag mechanic, like everything else is not really new. Yeah, you know, like I understand you got the gems in there, but like everything else is not really new. Like all the characters,
they have like
it reminds me of CVS
stuff.
too. Like they just kind of brought everything
and added a couple of new ones, which is why like I'm more into like the newer characters than I am the older ones. Like I think Ultron's great. I play him.
Yeah.
Like man, that's
like Ultron's best contribution to anything because he wasn't good in that movie.
Hey, I like them. Well, then again, I'm that way. I like them. I thought the movie was good. I thought it was entertaining, but I'm not really.
I take those things way too serious. Yeah. I don't know how many of these podcasts you heard, but if you hear me talk about comic book,
which I don't blame you because you know what the funny thing is, I'm exactly the same way for a different franchise. Yeah, you want to guess what franchise it is?
What we've only talked about games right now.
Transformers.
Oh my. Like, so you must hate every movie then, right?
Dude, I haven't.
You must hate every movie.
Not. Well, see, the first one came out. I was I in 7th grade, going to 8th grade? I think I was.
Tell me this. I'm gonna paint you a picture. The first time you see one of them pee oil on somebody, what was going through your mind?
It was different, but
it was different. But man did an R. Kelly on someone. Know, That's horrible. That's horrible.
Going back to that one though, like the first one, I thought it was because again I'm younger. I thought it was more like, man, they actually made a live action one. This is great. And I saw the second one, I'm like, and I saw the third one, I'm like, man, what are they doing? Like I even told my brother, I was like, because my brother he's a Transformer collector. Like he has a lot of vintage figures. This is my oldest brother. And I said, man, what are they doing? Like, where's Unicron? Where's Rodimus? Where's like what's this story? After the third one, I have not seen Transformers.
That was my reaction to 1.
Yeah, and like and
that's
again,
the only one I've seen in a theater.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
Yeah, and then the funny thing is, see, my brother, I think it was when the one with the Dinobots came out.
I don't
Extinction,
even know, 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, 4,
there.
yeah. And he was like, "Hey, do you want to go like see it with me?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be honest, Jason." I was like, "No, I really don't." And he was like, and like I felt kind of bad because like I felt like he was just wanting to hang out,
family activity. Yeah,
and I
should have just done it for that. But
exactly.
I get it.
So
but
looking back at it, I was
it.
like, "Man, what a jerk, Gerard. Why don't you just?" But it was just that like, it's so bad. Like, and the funny thing is, I'm not like a huge Transformer fan, but I've been around it. Like my brother, I don't know if you remember back then when they had the VHS of Transformers where they would like release like random episodes. It wasn't even like a storyline. There was a bunch of random episodes together. He used to buy those, right? And I used to watch them, and it was just those are fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
And like the storyline was good, you know. And then after I guess watching it over and over and over, I'm just like, man, this is just it's terrible. I can't even do it. And like it's just upsetting because like Facebook, everybody shared, oh, this movie's so cool. And I'm like, bro, like the
people
movie's
just
terrible.
want escapism for a lot of these things. That's why they settle for what we might perceive as crap. Something like the Transformers, like so like my biggest complaint about like all the comic book stuff is that like even the ones I like the live actions, they'll focus on Tony Stark versus if you watch any animated thing, they focus on Iron Man or they focus on Batman, but you watch him in the movie. Now they focus on Bruce Wayne. So like I'd say the same thing with Transformers. I was like, look, man, there was some humans in those cartoons, but like you focusing a lot on Shia LaBeouf instead of Transformers.
To be honest, I only know of like really the 2 humans. Which
the little boy and
Spike, right? Spike and
whatever his name. I don't remember because you know why? Because it was a Transformers show.
So there's only 2 of them, and like one of them did have a good storyline. You know, because I think it was like more with. I think it was it Rodimus, right? Like. But
that's not what I remember. But yeah, for sure.
But then again, they focused on Rodimus. You know what I mean? That's what the anime movie was strictly about. You know, about Rodimus getting the Matrix and all that. Yeah, and it was great. You know, it was awesome. It was a great storyline.
The movies are like, this is our world, and the Transformers are featured in it. You know, like that's the problem with these things. Like, it's not focused on Optimus Prime. You know,
it's Tony Stark featuring.
Iron Man. It's Tony Stark 3. Tony Stark. I don't know if you saw Iron Man 3. A lot of people call it as a joke, Tony Stark 3.
That's funny.
Because there is no, it's hardly any Iron Man in it.
I did enjoy that one too. It was good, but again, it's
good for like the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it had all that humor. And that's the one thing, I saw Thor Ragnarok with that
one's real good.
With my girl, right? And it was a good movie, right?
Yeah.
And then we were leaving and she was like, man, are all the movies like that?
No.
And I was just like, I asked her, I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, there's a lot of like humor. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I know. And she's like, more than normal. And I was like, yeah, and to be honest, that's the way all movies are now.
That's a Marvel stereotype, but I mean, like, the Thor movies aren't like that. Yeah. Only Thor 3 is like that.
Yeah.
For the better, though, because the 2 movies kind of suck, you know?
Yeah, the first 2 were terrible.
I know a lot of people think 2 is the worst. I was the opposite. I thought 1 was the worst.
I've never seen the second one. And I'm probably never.
You don't need to. I wouldn't recommend it.
I've never seen. I haven't seen the not the old Hulk, not the Shrek Hulk. You know, old 31 Fox video. I've seen that one, but I haven't seen the newer Hulk. I haven't seen the Incredible.
You haven't
Hulk.
seen Norton, I guess. You saw
I saw the original
guy, Eric Bana. What I did like about that one, this is more from spectacle. In that one, the angrier he got, the bigger he got,
which is pretty cool.
So it was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty
that
crazy.
Dude. Yo, you see the military, because he fights the military a lot in that one. Yo, he back fist a missile. Like Abigail. If you seen Abigail.
Yeah, I like when he I think like he jumps up and he like grabs like a helicopter or something like that.
He does some dumbass shit in that one.
Yeah. And like it was cool because like at the time that was like around the time when Marvel was first starting to get back.
That wasn't a Marvel movie though, that was Universal.
Oh yeah, but that's when the Marvel movies, I meant like Marvel as a
for sure.
Universe was starting to get on the big screen. You know what I mean? Like X-Men.
We didn't even know it was going to be a universe yet.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I just mean from Marvel's point of view. If you're saying X-Men, X-Men starts when I'm in New York.
Yeah, and I remember seeing the first X-Men, and it was I gotta admit, I'm not a fan of that.
Right. That just sucked. I was the only one in the hood, because people love that shit because they just love seeing Wolverine.
they like seeing Wolverine.
They like seeing that shit up there. But me, I was like, what is all this black costume shit? And they literally diss people for like liking the old costumes in that movie. And I was like, I fucking hated that shit.
And then I didn't get how a lot of people probably were gonna forget about that, but you know how when Storm first had the accent, and then they
Does she have an accent?
She had an accent for the first episode. Like she had like
and she just gave it up. She's like,
yeah, and they like completely scrapped it. And I was like, wow, that's something people.
That's crazy too, because he probably gets paid more. As I would assume.
Yeah,
that she gets paid more as they keep going. She's like, I'm gonna try less. I'm gonna try.
And so at first, I'm just like, cool. Again, I'm younger. It's cool to see it. But as I get older, like I was super excited for XMen Apocalypse because
why? Well, by that point, there's precedent for Fox sucks.
Because like I like Days of Future Past.
I hated that movie. Sucks.
Even though like if people read the comic, sucks. Wolverine got blasted by a Sentinel, and Kitty went to the bath. I think, right?
I mean, at that point, like I already knew they're not gonna follow canon, but it's just still bad.
Yeah, and
it's still bad.
I thought it was entertaining. I really liked it. I thought it was cool. Again, when I watch the movie, I look for more of a, does it make sense? Is it good?
Yeah, like I want good story on it, but for a lot of these comic book movies, I'm like, I need them to be true, not to the story, because I already know 99% of the time it's not gonna happen, but I need them to be true to the character.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
The spirit gotta be. That's why when I see Batfleck murdering people and shit, I'm like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, because Batman.
Why is he branding people?
That's like one of the things. Like Batman would never kill. Like I don't know if anybody's ever. Have you seen Under the Red Hood?
Oh yeah.
Remember when he was just like,
that's why he's so angry.
It's you or me, and he gives that long speech where he's all like, when he says like, oh, I've been wanting to kill him for so long, but I can't because I can't turn around once I do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that was pretty deep.
And then Hood is super angry at him too because like he's like, dude, not even for me.
Yeah, because he let Joker live. Like, man, like y'all need to go look that up. You need to link that in there. It's on YouTube.
My man said like, that's my plug. My plug is go see a DC
movie. Like go animated.
Yeah, no. I honestly think some of those DC animated films are better
than the actual.
Yes.
And I agree.
And not even just DC, even some of the Marvel ones I like, because they're just truer to the spirit of what it is. You know what I mean?
Because they have more freedom. Like, look at it like I know it's kind of a weird analogy. Look at WWE. You have Raw, right?
Yeah.
Vince wants everybody to have their own character. Like Roman Reigns is the big dog,
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he any dog?
That's what they call him.
Because I feel like no one likes it.
Yeah, but that like you need to have like that character. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Like when they come into Raw, they're not just Brock Lesnar. They're the beast, Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? They're not.
It's Nakamura.
They're not.
He's on SmackDown, right?
He's the artist. That's what they call him. He's
the what?
They call him the artist.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Does he paint?
That's a Vince thing. That's a Vince thing. Vince, like once you get there, like say I sign with NXT, right?
Yeah.
I'm Gerard there at NXT.
Is Heyman still running that?
Yeah,
shit?
Heyman's still running. I move up to like SmackDown and Raw. Now I need to get labeled something. I'm not just me. I'm this character, and that's the way that the way things are.
Yeah.
They don't.
Feel like
they don't
too.
want it. They don't want it to just be this. They need to be something, and it's just.
I hate that.
It's terrible.
Like
it's terrible.
I can't. It's hard for me to watch today. The last thing I saw was Rumble at what's his name? At Mike's.
Yeah,
Royal Rumble. I saw that was.
I was there actually. It's pretty dope.
You were at Mike's?
No, Royal Rumble.
Oh, you were at the Rumble.
I was at the Rumble.
That's
terrible.
Was
seats.
It here?
Yeah, it was San Antonio here. Terrible seats because have you been to Alamodome?
Yeah,
they really designed that.
I saw last time. You know what the last time I saw? Last time I was at Alamodome was Monday Night Nitro during Goldberg's streak. Yeah, like he fought Big Show like
the Golden Era.
The
Golden Era. That's all I like to say.
It was a great 3 hours because I love that shit. They did that whole. So didn't someone have a show as a DDP or like Elizabeth or?
I can't remember. Around that time, I would watch all the matches, but I was so young. Yeah. At that time, I'm surprised they had it at the Alamodome. That's pretty sick for a Monday night show, man. Because they always go to AT&T Center or stuff like that. Well, then back then
there was no AT&T Center.
Well, let's see. Yeah, that's right. Because they probably closed Hemisphere Arena already by then. So,
I mean, this is like before they get bought out by Raw,
Raw.
Or WWE. There's still WWF shit. Like,
Yeah, I know, right? No copyright or anything like that.
Yeah, so I probably didn't even live here. I was probably just visiting my sister. That's probably what it was.
There. But yeah, those seats are because like we had lower seats, right?
Yeah.
But we're like towards the back, so you have these huge pillars going over and literally blocking the screen.
Damn, that sucks.
And like it was just it was
so
terrible.
you can't even see.
I can't see. I had to like do this a lot, and like people are just like, man,
you gotta watch it on your WWE
exactly.
stream.
And I'm just like, man,
like,
and
why
the
am
funny
I
thing-
here?
And another thing is, those lines for just to get a drink were ridiculously long. They were so understaffed.
Yeah.
And like the reason why I get upset is because I look at the consumer's point of view. I want.
Well, you are a consumer.
I want
Why not?
well,
Why
you know what
not?
I mean. Well, because other people don't care. They're stupid. I want WWE to come back. You know what I mean? I want.
It can't.
I want more events to happen at the Alamodome, and because of bad experiences like
can.
that.
But I mean, like,
Yeah.
but that first part can't.
Yeah.
Because what are they gonna come back from? I've watched very little of the current product, but I mean, they are, to quote you, they said the big dog. They are the only dog. Yeah, I know there's a TNA. That's cute. But like there's only WWE.
Yeah.
And like there's no competition, so there is no incentive to come back because they win no matter who's there.
Yeah. Well, I get what you mean with that, but what I mean is I want them to have more events at the Alamodome. You know, I want to have I want to have bigger pay-per-view events there, but like I feel
or
like
at least they'll come here.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's not the dome,
they are coming
here.
back for
something,
Extreme
right?
Rules or something. I can't remember, but
I remember seeing.
I'm gonna go. Obviously, you know, I'm gonna have my fun. Yeah, I might
watch Jericho and Omega.
Gonna watch that.
That'll be my comeback.
I am gonna watch that.
My one time comeback. I do like 1 or 2 events a year that I watch with people, and I'll probably watch that.
I can't imagine though how mad Vince might be.
So is Jericho not? I guess currently in the moment WWE, right?
He's not like
that shit, right?
he's not in. Like I think he got hurt or something. Like they kind of wrote him off TV.
Oh, because he's probably on tour, right? Because I've seen a lot of Fozzy stuff. Yeah,
and so I think it's under his contract. Which is weird because like you work for WWE, right? And a lot of times like they'll be doing like side jobs like at like random events, and
they probably just don't expect him to go.
Yeah,
big
exactly.
Like that.
Like even like I know it's just weird. Like the King, Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah,
he would wrestle a couple events. You know,
is he still doing wrestling?
I don't think he's doing them anymore. But I'm saying like during the time he'll be commentating, he'll be randomly wrestling. And so I don't know if it's in his agreement. But like, I just thought that him and Omega were kind of like just going at it at each other, right? Yeah. And then he just shows up, and I'm just like, okay, so that was all set up. But how would Vince allow that? Because you know the way Vince
probably can't. I'll take it up. Like he probably had, at that point, like that dude's an OG. That like they probably have their contract.
He's ready
in ways to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially because he's touring with Fozzy. But like, I'm just like, man. To be honest, I can't even think of last time something like that happened, which is, hey, I think he did it on purpose. I think they're trying to get Omega to come to WWE.
I mean, I feel like it's inevitable. Mm-hmm. It's all up to him. It's all up if he really wants to live in America and if he really wants to do it. Because you know what happens here, man. Like, I've only seen a few AJ Styles matches, but it's like, man,
that dude is amazing.
It was cool to see AJ, and I was like, okay, I can't be here no more because he sucks now. Like, he doesn't like really suck. He's still doing his thing, but it's like the people he's playing with now are like,
yeah,
like.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good match against.
Had
Finn.
he not developed that whole repertoire everywhere else,
he probably wouldn't have been.
He wouldn't have any of that repertoire. He only is allowed to do that because people know who AJ Styles is.
Yeah,
like otherwise he'd just be some douche with a hoodie.
That's funny, man.
But I love AJ Styles. But I mean, I'm pretty sure. Unless you're a wrestling diehard, because a lot of people with wrestling diehards, they can appreciate all the matches, even if they're not the best, or putting stuff up. But it's like, come on, man. Is anything he's doing right now really going to be in the top 10 AJ matches?
Really? Well, he's had some great matches with John Cena.
That stuff's great because of who they are, not because of
right.
Man, like John Cena's moveset is great.
I mean, he's learned a couple. He's started doing a couple different.
He's
moves.
great for what he is. Like great entertainer. I love the personality. I love all that. But it's like
good
that
mic
man.
Schools.
There's nothing that he does that's innovative. Like AJ's move, AJ has like over 10 moves that's like he either made. I
feel like AJ
or
comes up with like he comes up with like a new move every match. It feels like honestly,
the dude.
That's a good.
John Cena ain't exactly doing that. None of those WWE guys, especially if that's all they've done is that whole world. they're not exactly pushing the limits of wrestling.
That's why I really like NXT. You should actually check that out, man.
I only saw it during the Nakamura era. It was kind of cool to see some people like they had matches. Austin Aries in there and like a few people.
There's some really really good matches, and
but they're also still they might focus more on wrestling, but they're still not pushing it the same way. Like I don't know what the current federation now that pushes stuff, but like same way ECW was coming up with shit back in the day that no one had done. And I don't even mean just hardcore. They were coming up with shit that no one
like
else
a
was
War
doing.
Games match, all that.
Yeah.
Which actually did have a War Games match, and it was actually really, really good. Really long, really violent. This guy he busted his head pretty bad. He did it was a suplex off of the top rope into 2 tables, and one of the tables actually cut his head, and it cut it bad. Like he was drenched in blood, but I really like NXT because they let them be what they want to be. You know what I mean?
A little bit more.
They do it. They're more lenient. Let them do their thing. And kind of going back to like the movies, you know what I mean? Like the mainstream movies is pretty much raw, but you get these anime movies which are like phenomenal, and they're kind of like
surprised they even exist. I'm
you know what's funny is I saw
Wonder Woman killed a child in the Flashpoint movie. You ever saw the Flashpoint movie?
Is that the Flashpoint Paradox?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I have not
that
seen
one's
it.
Great. My bad,
it, man.
I assumed you would keep up with it.
That's all. Actually, I wanted to see it, but the one movie I was gonna bring up was a Justice League movie. Trouble on Two Worlds, something like that. Some Worlds Collide or something like that, where they go to the parallel universe, and it's like Ultraman.
I don't even remember
Superwoman. It's an animated one. It's pretty good. And I saw it on Sci-Fi. It was when Justice League came out. I know how they're showing all the DC movies.
They give you what you want, man, on those things. And it's like, sometimes I describe them to people and it's like, all right, so there's like no story. It's like, no, it is story. But it's like, they find ways to still acknowledge the quote unquote boring part, the Bruce Wayne without it. Like, they did the DC Rebirth story, which I guess, no, DC Rebirth is where we're at now. They did the New 52 Justice League, so like story, which is I think kind of where they wanted to go with these movies, but it didn't end up happening. But like the first story is literally Darkseid, you know?
Yeah, which is cool.
Like in that story, they all meet each other. They don't even know each other yet. The only reason they unify is because this crazy ass being shows up. Yeah, and they did that like so well. And like there's little tidbits to who they are. Like Batman pulls the ring off Green Lantern instantly, and it's like because he's the great detective, so he just figured it out. Like it looked like that ring was probably doing it, but Green Lantern's stunned. Not even that he did that, but he's stunned no one should be able to pull that ring off unless you have no fear. And it's like it gets Batman over. It gets Batman over, to use wrestling terminology, because now it's the man with no fear, you know? Or like Batman quickly like surmises that Superman is Superman's Clark Kent for some reason. I don't remember. He did something dumb. And then Superman just cheats because he's like, all right, I may not be as smart, but X-ray, bitch. Oh shit, you're Bruce Wayne? You know? He put a tracker on his ass. That's what Batman had, put a tracker on his ass the first time.
To find out, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like Clark Kent, you know, and Superman was like, oh yeah? Oh shit, you rich? You rich? But they do little things like that. That way you can still see, okay, this is their alias, but like, who really wants to see this guy in the workplace? You know, who wants to see Barry Allen in CSI mode? Like this. 5 CSIs on CBS if you really want to see that shit, you know?
Yeah. One of my favorite anime movies recently came out, Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, that movie's amazing.
That movie was like, man. And even though like I wasn't a fan of the animation because it was kind of weird, you know.
Well, Batman it might be because Frank Miller. That's the way.
That's the way he looked, right? Yeah. That's what I figured. That's what I figured because like
before there was a Bane, he looked like he was.
I remember
the Bane.
I looked into it, like the actual original comic. I was like, oh, so he did look at that. So I was like, wow,
and he had that weird freak Batman symbol.
They kept it true to the story, which is good. But damn, that movie was so good. Like that scene with the Joker. It's just like when he like shanks him.
When he won't kill him, he kills his own neck.
Like when he shanks, like when the Joker's just shanking him and he's taking it.
Yeah.
And like he like tells he's like no more, and he's like all the lives that you
just randomly killing people. It's kind of fucked up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he runs through that tunnel and he's just shooting people. It's
nonsensical. Yeah. And it's like not even there's nothing. There's no logic or anything.
It was just. Man, and then when he kills the people in the audience, I know we're probably spoiling to all these people who probably never seen it.
Yo, anybody hearing this shit, you should know, like,
they should already know, right?
Spoilers,
but like when he's there and he's like, I'm gonna kill everybody in this audience, and then everyone's like all freaking out. And one thing I didn't get, I was like, man, they didn't take him serious when he said that. Like If I'm there,
That was Conan O'Brien too.
I know, right? Going back to if somebody says this mass murder is going to be on a show, I am not going to buy tickets to that. No, thank you. But anyway, like when that happens and he did that, I said, man, this is just insane. And then how he did it with the laughing gas or whatever it was, Joker gas.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
You could see in Batman versus Superman where they kind of wanted to do that, but didn't. And like I always felt like DC, like because in the beginning, who knows where they're gonna go now? But the movie wise, I mean, they really wanted to play catch up. That's how you get Justice League in like 3 movies. You know? But what they should have probably done is like that Dark Knight Return. They should just tell the legendary stories. Yeah. Don't try to tripology all this. Don't try to universe this shit unless you're gonna be patient with it. But just know, because Marvel's already doing the and everybody keeps trying it. It's not too successful.
I thought it was so weird how like after I watched that, I looked back at the Dark Knight Rises, and I was like, well, there's elements. You can
see where they took that from.
There's elements from there, and then you go back to Batman versus Superman, and they took more like, especially with when Batman has like that special shoot.
That's why Batman versus Superman shouldn't have took that, because Dark Knight Rises already had taken a bunch of shit from there. But
well, pretty much Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, but the problem with Dark Knight Rises is I like Dark Knight Rises, right? But I like it for the wrong reasons. Like it's good because it's so bad. It's so bad, but because Bane is hilarious and like there's a lot of crazy shit going on in that movie. But
it didn't make any sense to me after.
It doesn't make sense if you take it in context of the movies, because this is what I'm talking about, being true to the spirit of Batman. Like, why would Batman magically quit because he lost his girlfriend? Who didn't even like him, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, so he gave up. Like, in Dark Knight Returns, he gives up for 2 reasons. One, he's old. He's like 60 years old, you know? And then 2, he's kind of banned because of the whole story in that universe.
Yeah, the whole world
like Batman is banned. There are no heroes allowed.
Yeah, they sent like Wonder Woman back. All of them. Oliver went to jail.
Yeah. So, I mean, and they kind of set that all up with making Batman the bad guy in 2. But it's just weird because it's like, if you're just looking at the movies, Batman just became Batman. He's like, oh, I got no girlfriend. Fuck this. You know, like, I don't even want to live life no more. And it's like, it's so weird. Like, it doesn't mean the same in that movie when they copy some of those things, you know?
Yeah. And like, after watching, I looked at some, man, they kind of took some of the elements. They could have made it like, especially with, in Dark Knight Rises, we remember he faked his deck with the nuke.
Oh my gosh, that's more non-Batman stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's more non.
But the thing when you go to Returns, he had a fake heart attack and all that, and Superman knows that he's still alive.
Yeah.
And it was good. Like I really enjoyed.
Well, he believed it. He didn't know until he
heard his heartbeat, and then he was like, "Oh my god, like he's still alive." And then he winked at the new Robin.
This is the thing too. Like, that's the famous Batman versus Superman story. That's probably the most famous one. And a lot of people hate the idea of Batman versus Superman because Superman will murder him.
Yeah, and he pretty much did.
Well, I mean, but Batman technically won, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But this is, people don't take into account the stories and personality. The only reason Batman can hang and sometimes wins is because Batman is fighting as a ruthless person. Versus Superman is fighting him as his friend. Yeah. And no one ever takes into it. They just think like, oh, what if they're fighting Raw? I was like, yeah, well then Superman always wins.
Yeah, Superman will win. He can kill him like instantly.
Yeah, but Batman is always fighting like, look, man, he hasn't done this yet, but he's like, look, I got this kryptonite suit, bitch. The minute I'm here, it's over. Like he's sneak attacking him. He got arrow snipers. Yeah. With kryptonite. You know what I mean? Like,
that one was pretty cool though. When he hit him with it.
He was like, dude, I just want one lick at Superman. I was like, mad raw, dude. When Arrow's telling him that. Yeah. It's like, dude, you just got to give me one lick at Superman.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
But yeah, like the whole conversation, Superman is talking to him like, dude, calm down. I might kill you.
Oh yeah, during the whole fight.
Yeah, and Batman's like, bitch, shut up. Like the whole.
Yeah, he's kind of like letting out anger at him. Yeah, like if he like hates him. Yeah, and like the whole time, Superman's like, I don't want to do this. Yeah, we shouldn't have to. Like,
and then at the end of the movie, especially when he realizes he's alive, so this is what I'm saying. Like all the live action movies do a bad job of saying how smart he is. Yeah, it all even makes more sense when you realize he's faked his death. Why he's even acting in that asshole, because he's just trying to force Superman to do something anyway. Yeah. To so that he believes he killed Bruce because maybe he went too hard, Yeah. So.
Yeah, but that's the way thing is. But going back to like Infinite, since I know we kind of touched on it earlier.
We will keep going back to Infinite.
Yeah, we will keep going back to it. I like it. I do. I think it's obviously it's pretty much Marvel 3.2.
Right? It's not. That's why I'm glad they didn't call it 4.
Yeah,
Like-
it's pretty much like people say, or they not people. Capcom says it's a hard reboot. I was like, man, this is like.
What do you
Marvel.
think about going backwards from 3 to 2? A lot of people, Capcom likes to say the third character is the gem, but I mean, like, what do you think about that?
Oh, going from 3 to 2.
Yeah. I think
I like
that's
it.
not Marvel.
Reason
man.
why I like it is it reminds me of Marvel 1, which was 2 characters, but there's almost
That's cool, but Marvel's supposed to be
Yeah.
stupid. At this point, like the Marvel trajectory is like it's supposed to be
To
silly
be honest,
and
this,
random and
this
ridiculous.
game
Like,
is, I hate to say it, man.
it's whack. dude.
It's cross Tekken with
It's-
the gem.
Yeah, it's whack.
Well, even though there was gems in cross Tekken, but this is like the gems,
Yeah.
gems the assist, because like the whole tag feature feels just like cross Tekken. It's the same
Well, it
noise
is.
too, I think.
We don't even gotta say cross Tekken, where it really came from. Tekken.
Yeah, it's a Tekken tag.
Yeah, it's Tekken. Yeah. Like,
and like don't
they
get me wrong,
even run forward. They even run forward,
Yeah,
which is what Tekken Tag does. You know?
it's cool. Like I like it, but I personally would have liked if this game played more like Marvel 2 in the sense of where we have assists. You know what I mean? You have of a huge roster, a huge cat, and because I like the button layout. I'm glad they went back to when they went back to 4 buttons,
right?
which
Yeah.
is pretty much what
Marvel
Marvel 2 was, right? I'm like, great, it's cool. They're going to the right direction. Certain moves are going to be the launch, like what it was in Marvel 2.
Yeah.
But everybody has the same launch. And I'm like, okay. Well, I was like, okay, that's fine. Everybody has the same. Everybody has the same flight combo.
Simplification,
Pretty
baby.
much.
Let's do it.
And then like when I saw the staircase combo, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to learn it. And I'll watch a tutorial. Yeah, all I gotta do is map this button and just press diagonal and hit it like 4 times. And I did. I was like, oh my god, that's pretty bad.
In this era, like I always say, like this is the first era, and Sako doesn't play Street Fighter. He doesn't play Marvel. He only plays Street Fighter 5. But this is the most boring I've ever seen Sako. Like, cause like even if you don't know the whole legacy of Sako, but he made up the evil Ryu. Kind of like there was no evil Ryu blueprint till Sako came here and won the very first Capcom Cup with his evil Ryu stupidity.
Yeah.
The Kami combos, the Ibuki ridiculousness. Like every single fighting game up until 5, like Sako did stuff, and then people would like, oh shit, like either 1 they would try to take it, or 2 it was too hard to take it because you had those 1-frame links and shit. That's why I was like, yo, you ever done them 28 hit evil
None of
Ryus?
that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody has the same thing.
He plays Chun-Li and Akuma, and I'm like so fucking bored watching him. Like, because everybody does
the same
everything he
thing.
can do, everybody can do it too. There's nothing unique for him to do.
Yeah.
Like that
It's the
must
same
be
mix-ups. It's the same. And
like,
it's the same
Sako
thing.
was like N1 and hot sauce. Sako was hot sauce, but for fighting games. Because instead of
He
like
was coming up with all that swag.
yeah, because what I'll always remember Sako for is he was playing Ricky Ortiz in Evo. It was like top 8, I want to say, or top 16 or top 8. And instead of doing a practical combo to win,
He did like the whole
he
advanced.
did a
so
28
like,
hit. We know scaling sucks.
yeah.
So instead of going for a setup, he's like, no, I'm going to keep doing this till it drops. He lost. But you know who he's smiling? Sako is smiling. He's like, yeah, but I got that combo.
Yeah, so kind of like a
That's street
Marlin Pie.
basketball. Like, did I make the shot? I don't know, but your knees broke, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of
Yes,
like
like Marlon Pie and Marvel 3, yes.
Especially with his Doom, like some of his Doom combos
Have you
are
seen
ridiculous.
any good Marlon Pie and Infinite? Like any unique?
I mean,
Exactly.
I saw day 1 where he did some cool thing where he
Day one
activated.
no count. The game's new. Like
Yeah,
turning it
that's what
on
I say.
is unique.
He had like a weird setup with the stupid fire reality stone where
Yeah,
it kind
yeah.
of crossed up.
But now we all have
now
a
it's
weird
the same-
setup
yeah,
with
it's
reality.
the same thing. Yeah, I mean it's fun. I do like it. It's just the same thing, man. It's just like 5, just like you said. It's just everybody has the same combos, and it's terrible. It shouldn't be that way. I mean, having the tag does help because you can do some unique stuff with the tag.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much
create
it.
your assist. Because like watching, like a lot of people are hoping and praying, yo, Dragon Ball Z is gonna be the truth and blah blah blah. It'd be nice, but I watched their assist, and their assists look kind of ass. It looked like I want to say 80% of the assists are this diagonal fireball crap.
Or
And
like
I'm
uppercut kind of thing.
And I'm like, yo, they should last minute implement like a custom assist or something. Like either that or like their own little weird tag system like that. Or Skullgirls, where I think they had 3 assists.
Yeah.
Like assist A, B, and the C would be like, all right, you make it up right now. You enter
that's
the
pretty
command.
cool.
Yeah, so they should do something custom to at least keep up with that, because that's the one thing that to me Infinite has is like you can make your own assists. You can do this shit, you know.
You have some interesting setups, but that's about it. Yeah, it's pretty vanilla. Once you get a hit, it's the same thing. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing. And like
some of those Dragon Ball trailers scare me too, because I mean it's not even out yet, so we'll see when it's really out.
Scares you in a bad way, or
because a lot of it looks like it's the same, but to be fair, none of us have it, so you know, like that's why, because it just looks like headbutt now, wash, rinse, repeat. You know, headbutt, wash, rinse, repeat.
I've heard that it plays like a Blaze Blue. Like
well, it's made by those guys, but it doesn't look, from watching it, doesn't look nowhere near as complex as Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue. Because if you watch those games have character, what's the right word? They have combos that only work on certain characters because of their bots.
Like
you know?
the body,
yeah. Like so, you need to like learn. You need to know that.
You
shit.
need to know everything.
Like, and this game don't look like it's probably gonna be that in depth, but it has like the same style. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they call it burst in Guilty Gear. If that would almost be like your free combo breaker thing, you know? Not free, but you know, it has its own meter. But
it looks cool. I mean, again, we had to play it first.
Aesthetically, yo, that shit look probably better than Dragon Ball Super anime right now. You know, like,
but I enjoy Super too. Again, it goes back to the whole
I'm sorry, that show. I haven't watched it like for real. Now I watch it on Facebook, but I kind of watch it in 5 minutes. I fast forward it.
Yeah, the Black Goku arc is pretty good.
Story-wise, it just seems very not good.
Yeah, I mean, it
just seems like, yo, do you like Dragon Ball Z? All right, look, here's just the good shit. Here's the fight. Yeah. But they still do some dumbass shit. Like right now, the Tournament of Power, like I saw last week, and there's still 11 minutes left. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what's weird about that is like it started around I think March, right? I think that's when it kind of started going to that phase.
How long is the Tournament of Power? It's like 1 hour,
45
minutes. 45. That's what I'm saying. Like,
minutes.
why does don't even say stupid shit like that. Don't say that this tournament is only 45 minutes.
No,
and then it takes a year in real time.
It would have made sense if they said it's 45 hours.
Yeah, like why not do that? Why not do that?
And because that would be unique. Because then, like, who could say that they fought for 45 hours?
Yeah, all these people doing crazy shit in space,
and they're like, oh my god, like imagine Goku's reaction, like 45 hours, like oh my god, can my body even sustain that? Like. That's crazy, you know what I mean? But
I mean, I hate just like, okay, I mean, I know obviously all this is fake, right? So suspension of disbelief, but it's like, dude, don't be like bullshitting me, dude. Like that.
The only thing I can 17
think of minutes that take like
saying that like
3 weeks.
Every other episode's happening at the same time, but still it doesn't make any sense.
I get it, but it just sucks. That's just horrible.
I mean, at least it's not as bad as 5 minutes from Frieza Saga.
Oh my god,
that one was like.
What do you think about Ultra Instinct?
I mean, the concept is cool. It makes sense when you think about it, because it's saying that kind of what was said that, you know, if you have to think about what you're gonna do, it restricts you.
It's very Bruce Lee. So I like that, but I don't like the way they've kind of put it in there, and like I don't know what it is yet. Like I don't know why is this happening? Because the first time it happens.
It was because of Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, so does he just need to like receive a bunch of energy? Because the second time it happens, he just did it.
He did it because he was feeding off of the power from Khalifa, I think that was her name. The
like
fusion.
Her power or something? Like, did she shoot something at him?
I guess her power was like was wanting him to kind of get stronger, I guess. Because I remember he
but then like shouldn't he just have done that Ultra Instinct before? Yeah, exactly. That's why I was saying like it doesn't make sense. Because I just assume like before that happens, I was like, so is he just gonna throw spirit bombs at himself like every time?
Yeah, which is weird because he's absorbed a spirit bomb before, but again, it was non-canon. It was in a movie against the androids when he took in the spirit bomb. That one was pretty cool though, because like he legit took in the energy, and then like the android came in there and he like punched him in his hand.
Which movie is this?
This was
I only remember the first 14.
Super Android 13.
So what? I know there was like 14 movies, right, or something
like that. So this one was after. This one was before Broly.
Oh, okay. That's long. I don't remember that shit.
After Cooler's Revenge, I believe.
Yeah.
And before Broly. I think that's
long. I saw this in New York then. Fuck that.
Yeah, and like that. What was awesome about it is because he absorbed the energy, right?
Yeah.
And then the android goes and punches him. When he punches him, his hand pretty much like disintegrates. And you know that's pretty cool. You know, when you think about it. he absorbs so much energy. It's so strong that if you touch him, you're gonna,
Real quick, it just came to me. You mentioned Black Goku's story was good. Dude, but they did Trunks' future again. Like, that's whack, dude. Or Tournament of Power. Like, I don't know the context of it because I didn't see all of it. I only started watching them on Facebook in the last, like, month or two. But, like, dude, we had Cell Tournament and we had, like, the booth.
Well, you had the androids.
Yeah, no, like, we're done.
The thing is, they had to have a reason for him to come back. You know what I mean?
They just want, like, they just come up with, like, a bullshit story excuse and, like, all right, everybody fight now.
Yeah, I think that. Well, they wanted to bring back Trunks.
Why won't they leave Frieza alone? Why does he keep coming back? Why did they have Golden Frieza? Why do they have? I don't even know why he's even back now. He's just defending the universe, but dead.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you die, we all die. So I guess.
Yeah.
Then shouldn't all the bad guys be back?
Yeah, they keep going back.
Shouldn't Cell be there? And all these people?
I would prefer to have Cell over Goku. I mean, over Frieza. I was a big Cell fan.
My favorite fight ever was Cell versus Goku, even though it doesn't really like end.
That point blank Kamehameha, that was pretty dope.
I love that. Nothing ever came close to that.
He's the only villain who's beating Goku. I think. Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, you can technically say that Jiren beat Goku, but technically they're still fighting.
It's random ass dude. He looks generic as fuck.
Yeah.
And magically he's great. You know.
But man, he's like, how strong is he? Like his strength. If you look at the whole concept of it, it's just scary.
But this is my problem. Like right now,
how did he get
all these stories is just.
Yeah, they're just kind of throwing it in there.
No, but they just keep making up random people who are strong. Like we just don't stop. The gods are stronger, but now we got people that the gods are.
There's no like power cap. Like the whole power level thing. At first, I think it was up to the Frieza saga, and after the Frieza saga is just terrible.
Yeah, because why should we care about anyone not named Goku at that point? Because no one can keep up. Obviously Vegeta-ish, but like no one can really keep up. They give Piccolo god status, but then he can't keep up again because we just keep moving forward and forward and forward, and it's like.
Yeah, the whole power thing doesn't make sense to me either because like when Piccolo was training with Gohan, Gohan's at Mystic, right? And he's keeping up with them, and I'm like, so then how strong is Piccolo? Like, is Piccolo already? So you're saying that Piccolo is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 because Mystic is stronger than 3. You know what I mean? We don't get doesn't. Yeah,
there's the problem. If you think of Dragon Ball and shit like that, then it
doesn't make any sense.
Like I don't understand. Like I feel like because again I haven't watched Super, but like ish like that. But like Dragon Ball Z, it was nice. You got Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
But now I have all these things like Kaioken Blue, God Mode, and I'm like, and then you get the movie about 5 become 1 for the God Mode, and now they just, what is that? Like, why is it a light switch now?
The ritual was supposed to unlock it, I think. And then once he was able to unlock it, I think he mastered it, so he kind of.
So then why does Vegeta did it? Did he have to 5, 1, 2?
Well, I think because Vegeta learned Blue, which is what doesn't make sense to me is Vegeta's never went to 3. He went straight from 2 to Blue. But in the manga, he does bring out Super Saiyan God when he's fighting Black. So, which is weird because I don't know if you read the manga.
No.
So the manga and the anime is like 2 different things, but they're both canon, which doesn't make any sense.
I think if that's the case, like it's probably canon for depending on who's watching what.
Yeah. And what I'm thinking is, maybe the anime or maybe the manga shows a little bit more, in regards to that. So
yeah.
Oh, don't mind that. It's just the wifey home.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah. You want to take a little breather so she can settle in?
If you want.
Yeah. Part two, just so.
This is usually the first question, but we just started talking off fresh, so it's the first question's being asked now, finally.
Yeah, I know, right?
And let me see if I butcher your name, because I remember I used to butcher your name or not.
Still gonna butcher it.
Who is it Gerard?
Gerard.
Fuck.
You butchered it.
Like, is it really Gerard?
Yeah.
Gosh damn it. Anyway. Damn, why do I always do that? Like,
and that's gonna be the clip right there.
That is the
clip right there. The return of Gerald.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I should call it. The return of Gerald.
Nah.
Who is Gerard?
25-year-old kid from San Antonio. You know, that's really who I am. I mean, I can't really say that I'm a known person in FGC. You know.
Yeah. Dude, the
I'm
people here, are they even know? I mean that nicely. Anyone who hears this. Yeah.
Hey, but there's some pretty good talent here. You know?
It's not about being, but we said known. It wasn't about being good, just known.
Yeah, really. I mean, 4. I mean, I apparently, I know Rudy's done good in the past, so maybe he known, you know.
But I mean, like, to know someone like him, like, you probably need to be like
you have to be
an OG player, like from back in the day, and then like catch him on the few times where he traveled, you know?
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I mean, really, I'm just really me. You know, I'm a typical nerd. You know, like I like video games. Well, really funny thing, my real passion is cooking. But that's a lot of people don't know that.
oh shit.
Actually,
how come you didn't make a feast today then, dude?
Oh man. Oh, the funny thing is like I just got that brand new barbecue pit. I don't know if you've seen it.
Nah.
Oh man, it's awesome. It's pretty big. That's really my favorite thing to do is barbecue. I love the barbecue. I love to make, especially chicken. That's like my thing. That's pretty technically who I am. You know, I'm just a typical guy who just likes video games. I like to cook. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? I enjoy music. I'm actually a real big fan of music.
What music you like?
Everything. Except for country.
That's the today answer now.
Oh, really? Because like, there's a channel on Sirius XM called Chill.
Yeah.
Love that channel because, you know, kind of like you we were talking about earlier. I'm big on instrumentals. That station is pretty much just a bunch of beats. Obviously, it's a little bit more techno-ish.
Yeah.
But they got some pretty good stuff they play there, man. I'm into rap. You know, I'm a big Tyler, the Creator, and Earl Sweatshirt fan.
I never got into those people. Like we tried to do on one of these podcasts, Tyler, the Flower Boy review.
Yeah,
but we ended up.
Hey, we could do that after this, man. Because to be honest, that's actually my favorite album from him.
Well, yeah, a lot of people.
He like, my goodness, if you go back and listen to Bastard, and then you go all the way back to Flower Boy, like, wow, man,
I never liked this dude, but I mean, like, I felt like it's funny him announcing that he's gay and stuff. Like me not being a fan of Outsider, it almost felt like some type of marketing play because I swear he had lyrics of gay bashing and like hating his fans.
Is he officially came out as gay?
I just assume that because
like
I don't know him like that, so I don't know. Is he denying it again?
I haven't heard anything about that, but I did hear about what the album. That's what they're speculating. But what I told a lot of people, because I listened to a lot of his albums. You didn't get that
from the album?
Well, no, I did obviously with the lyrics, but the thing is, what I tell people is each album, it's a character. You know what I mean?
So he might be playing.
So he might be playing. Maybe this is the next step.
Is it a character? Because some of those songs sound like he's just talking about like some shit from his life. Some of those songs. Like I don't even mean Flower Boy. I just mean like just
all of them.
It seems, and like, that's where I hear, like, when I hear him talking about fans, I just assume it was him not liking fans coming up to him. You know?
That was I think that was Colossus.
Maybe.
I remember that song. It's a good song. A lot of people like to call that Stan 2.0 because you know how Stan, Eminem's version, or actually his song, not his version, was pretty much the story about him and fans. You know, that one obsessive fan. If you listen to Colossus, it's pretty much the same thing. He raps about how he can't even go to Six Flags without getting people. And it was a good song, and like he's absolutely correct. You know, that's the way that people are. But going back to like how he plays a character in every album, because like the first two, he's seeing that counselor in Dr. TC, whatever, and then 3 is like the prequel to that. I know it makes. They pulled a Street Fighter.
Movie studios and
they pulled a Street Fighter.
Everybody does that dumb shit.
They went 1, 2, and then 0, and I'm just like, okay, it's cool.
I think that's where X-Men fucked up. Yeah, like the next 3 that come out like after the first 3.
Yeah, and then
they go to the 60s.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the X-Men timeline.
But I'm just saying they should have never went back. Like they should have just ran it up to speed. Like Marvel, they just kind of like put everything. That
timeline is just so messed up. Like just real briefly, I don't want to go too into it. You've seen X-Men Origins Wolverine, right?
I feel like I know. The
Emma Frost?
The movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fucking horrible movie.
You remember Emma Frost was like a teen, but then they go back even further and she's old. And I'm just like, how does that make sense?
It's crazy. Like Wolverine and Sabretooth are brothers and they're immortals and like.
And then especially there's 2 different actors, look completely different.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna race off of that.
Deadpool's insane.
Oh my god.
God, Deadpool the God at the end.
I like how though there was a reference to that in Deadpool where they had the toy of him. That one was great. He's like, no.
That was great because that movie was great because see that movie, whether the movie itself is good or not, like it's true to the character. And that's why I enjoyed that movie.
I love Deadpool. It was a great movie, and I really hope that the second one is going to be good.
Because I think that bad guy doesn't excite me, you know, like, but him, the character is good, you know. So
I loved it. You know, it was a good movie. Again, I guess that Fox. Well, honestly, I wish that Fox and Disney or any superhero movie would just be rated R. Just because, like,
Marvel never will.
This
was scaring me because
Disney
you heard about pretty much it's probably gonna be a done deal. It seems that Marvel's.
Marvel Fox. I was actually excited for that because Marvel Disney they do. You got if you had to pick who would make the movies, everyone's gonna pick Disney pretty much.
It's not even close,
right?
Yeah, because
they're true
to the spirit.
They're
overall,
true to it. Yeah,
they're better.
Yeah,
overall,
they're way better.
Overall.
They do things like obviously it's not the the perfect thing, but it's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like they're doing from what they're doing and what they're giving.
That
they're doing
Infinity War movie looks like it's gonna murder everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there won't even be a movie close. like, in terms of like what can happen to the comics relative to seeing it on the screen. Because that's why Civil War, that airport scene, even though the story's not the strongest in that movie, that airport scene
was pretty.
There is nothing like that in any other comic book, anything like live action adaptation.
Yeah, it hit it pretty close, like really close to
and
heart.
then the second half of that fight, they do team ups. That never happened that doesn't even happen in X-Men movies, which is crazy because they're a group. But I mean, and like it was great to see that. And I think Infinity War is gonna it's gonna be insane.
I think it's gonna do better at the box office than this upcoming Star Wars.
I don't even know financially any of that stuff because that's not even my concern. I just think movie wise, like I don't know how any comic book movie is gonna come close to what's about to happen in that movie.
Yeah, and like
even their own movies, I don't know how do you come close.
The internet is just savage though. Did you see the Thanos memes?
I'm part of it too. I'm part of making fun of it.
Don't get me wrong, but like
I still love it though.
But people are like tripping over Thanos, and I'm like, well, hey,
the whiteification of Thanos.
Well,
the whiteification.
One thing is like, what if that's like, what if he's using? I'm assuming by then he has a reality stone, right? Or what if I want to
say I don't know. I want to say right now he has 0, but like you saw Thor. Yeah. So he'll probably start off with space, and maybe that allows him to teleport there.
Yeah, and then he's gonna get the power gem for sure from Nova Corps. I think he had that one. But I'm thinking that he's somewhere. He's like on some planet or something. And the lighting just makes him look bad. You know what I mean? I think that's all it is. But one thing I don't understand is why are his shoulders exposed? Like, where's his arm?
Why is he in a wife beater?
Where's his armor?
Why is he in a wife beater?
Because you see him in a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Thanos is chilling.
He has the armor. It looks like he's on vacation.
He is. Like he's getting these gems. He's never seen Earth before.
I'm wondering if like he's not taking him serious, as he doesn't need the armor yet, or maybe
chilling. Yeah,
exactly. I don't know, but like obviously the movie's not out yet. We're gonna see it, but it's gonna. Just by looking at that preview, it's just
the Red Planet. I think I was reading something that might be like Battle Planet or some shit.
Oh, isn't our Battle World?
Some shit like that.
Ooh, Secret Wars. Well, hey, if they sign with Fox, man, that next Avengers movie better be Secret Wars.
Well, I mean, right now, 2 of them are probably gonna be Thanos, 3 and 4. There's one right after.
Because if they get the rights, they should. I don't see a reason why they shouldn't do Secret Wars if they get Fox.
Maybe a lot of people were alluding to that too. But my thing is almost sad because, yes, in my opinion, most of the Fox movies suck. Yeah. But it looked like with Deadpool, even though they didn't want to make Deadpool, let's not forget, like they had to leak out that test footage to even convince them. And then they only gave them $53 million, which is embarrassing for a hero movie. But anyway. They do Deadpool, right? It's good.
It's great.
And then they do Logan.
Logan was great
overall, too. I can go like what I don't like about Logan, but overall I like it.
Logan was great.
And it looks like, okay, like with these movies, we're going to be the other guys. We're going to do Ferris Bueller, Deadpool. We're going to do The Last of Us, Logan.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much what it was. But
I mean, it's an acting movie. Like you got Professor X popping pills from Wolverine. Like you get that stuff. New Mutants, even though I hate horror movies, it looks like a horror movie.
It is going to be. That's what they say. It's like a horror survival movie.
Instead of like the normal, like, let's become heroes and save the day. So like, it looks like they were going to be the other guys, which is kind of cool. Yeah. And if they come to Marvel, my guess is, well, that's probably over. Yeah. Like, welcome to the club,
Yeah.
And can we even get Deadpool movies in the same vein with anal jokes,
I mean, you can. And the reason why I say that you can is because look how successful it was. It was one of the most successful rated R movies.
But now maybe they want him in the universe and all this stuff.
I mean, hey, go ahead and put him in there. Just clean him up when he's in the PG-13 movies. You know what I mean? Just let him when he's on his own time. Let him be his own.
So it's interesting. Like, so I'm for it and I'm against it. At the same time, because like Now all you're gonna have is great Marvel movies, and who knows what DC's gonna do.
Yeah, really. And I really, one thing I like about Logan is like it was just so dark, and that like really I prefer darker storylines.
Yeah.
To me, it's better than all that kitty stuff, you know. But Logan was just overall that's probably one of my favorite.
For me, it's probably not, but I mean, it's still a real great movie.
So, yeah.
I just because like the things that bore me like are still there. So like whack ass bad guy, you know. Especially
I don't
like
even
Mirror.
know who the bad guy.
Well, look, it's Brad Pitt, Full Metal Alchemist edition, and it's you know, young Wolverine. That shit's whack, dude. And I get it from a philosophy standpoint, but it's whack. And like here's another thing that, and these are little things, but you finally get the movie that you want.
Mm-hmm.
And he's old and whack and can't heal and like he sucks now, you know.
Yeah, but it's cool though because it follows the storyline as into where, you know, he's older. His healing factor
cool.
is failing.
Yeah, it's cool,
and it shows like that real thing as all the mutants. No mutant has been born yet.
Yeah. No, I like it, but I'm just, you know, those are just my little things about it. But let me see. Should we get you down to life questions so we can wrap it up?
Yeah, sure.
All right. What is the one thing you believe that everybody thinks you're crazy for believing?
Man, that's one crazy question. I mean, I guess that I'm
Get
okay.
ready for the rest of them.
I guess that really one thing people think I'm crazy for is that I'm okay working a 9-to-5 job. That's one thing that people kind of.
I mean, I guess I can take that, but I mean, like, dude, like everyone does that, right? I'm not doing it right now, but I may have to come back.
Well, I guess that I like it.
Oh, you like
that?
it?
I like it. Yeah, that I'm okay with, you know, because everybody, you know, I'm at work. We're talking at the work, and everybody's like, I hate this place, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm okay. I like that job. And they kind of look at me like I'm crazy. Kind of like you said, they look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, hey, man, you know, it's 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. I'm getting a full 40. I'm okay with it. And they're like, but you want to contain yourself to this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why would I leave? You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with the situation that I'm in. And I guess that's where they kind of look at me like I'm crazy.
I mean, if you like it, then congratulations, you made it. But
obviously,
a lot of us don't like that.
Obviously, this is not like the thing that I would want to be doing.
Yeah.
But I'm okay if it turns out this is all that I do. You know what I mean? I guess that's the part. That's kind of thing where I think people think I'm crazy because they kind of look at me like, man, you just accept it. You don't want to like go out there and do this, do that, or you just want to be contained here. And I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, it's a job. I signed up for it. I'm getting paid for it. I guess it's just like just I don't know, regular hard worker. I don't know.
What's your goal in life?
Man, goal in life. Really, it's just honestly, to have a family. You know, kids.
Family man.
Have that whole circle life thing, I guess. You know what I mean?
Elton John, let's go.
You know, that's really, well, I mean, I guess that's just kind of like the way I thought that I thought pretty much that's what life is supposed to be. I know this might be a little bit depressing, but there's I was having a moment the other day, right?
Shout out to moments.
So I don't know why I'm laying in bed, right? And I just Googled, why do we die? And like I Googled it and it just says, well, pretty much we're put onto this world to reproduce, to keep our race going. And I looked at it and said, man, that's pretty fucked up to word it that way, that we're just here to keep our population
if you talk
going.
about biologically, I mean, that's an answer.
And I'm just like, man, like that's so sad when you think about it. But really, when I look at it, that's pretty much what I want in life. Is I want to have a family. You know, I want to have kids. I want to do to them what my parents did to me. You know what I mean? Raise me the right way, do all that stuff, make sure they're happy. To me, that's like, I guess, the pursuit of happiness for me. You know, that's pretty much what I look for in life. Is just being established, having a family, being able to take care of them, and being able to just travel places. You know, and I guess that's why I'm okay with having my job. You know, because that's pretty much step one. But really, that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what I'm into.
All right. This question is starting to change because I feel like I used to ask it one way, but person yesterday told me I should change it. So I guess who do you love in this life? I'm gonna try asking it like that.
Who do I love in this life?
Yeah.
Honestly, all my friends. If you're my friend, you know, I love you. You know, deep down, if I talk to you, like y'all keep me going. A lot of people don't have friends. They're real secluded, and that leads to a lot of bad things. And so I'm grateful to everyone who's ever accepted me, as a person. Even though I have a bad name in the FGC, I still love you guys.
That's just what the people do here. They just look for someone to make fun of.
yeah, I know. Looking for, but it's funny. It's just like going back to it. Can they make fun of me now? Because remember back in the day, my whole philosophy was, I can't go. I need to go to school. I want to do this. But fast forward, so this is I joined FGC 2012, Slick Willies, right?
Yeah,
I'm in school. I really didn't go into like a lot of drama till I think it was around 2014.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, hey, I would travel, I would go to events, but really school's my priority. Oh, Gerard, you just don't want to lose. That's it. You just don't want to lose. I'm like, no, I don't care about losing. It's just that I have bigger goals and go forward now.
To be fair, none of them, in my opinion, travel either.
Yeah.
They go to Texas events.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because to me, my criticism of them would be like, I feel like they put in the time,
they just don't travel.
They put in like enough time that they're serious about this, you know. But I also felt like, and this is overall. This is not like some people. This is just an overall generalization. So it's not everybody that this comes to. But a lot of our gatherings ended up being things for us to drink and hang out instead of like skill.
And a lot of people talked about that, because I remember I brought off. Draft Station, not Draft Station. That's the play I play poker at. Mine Shaft.
Like Draft House combined with
Draft Station. That's where I go play poker.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually started playing poker. We can get to that later. But Mine Shaft, right?
Yeah.
When I first started going out to Mine Shaft, I went because I wanted to get better.
Yeah.
Then I started to meet people. Right? People started buying me drinks.
Yeah.
So it turned into not so much gaming, trying to get better. It turned out to just drinking.
Yeah.
And then somebody, I can't remember who told me, but they're like, that's what's wrong with our community.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I didn't really think about it. That's pretty deep.
It's just about like hanging out with people who play this game at it's a higher level than the standard, but it's not the high level that wins. You know? And for the most part, it's like, I've never understood, like, everybody always makes it a point to go to these Texas things. The Austin one with DreamHack now. The Showdown.
I guess because it's cheap.
Absolute Battle. Yeah,
that's
I guess.
But I'm
like, who the fuck cares about that?
Yeah.
I'm like, you should be at the big boys. You should be at Final Round, which some people, to be fair, always went to that one. It seems like it started declining now.
Yeah.
But everybody used to always go to Final Round.
That one used to be like the big one before Evil.
Yeah.
That one used to be. I remember that.
But then CEO came around. But like CEO is now the big one before Evil. But like people should be aiming at those. Final Round, CEO. They mean something different now. I don't know if SCR is as important as it once was.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, because the date keeps changing and stuff like he didn't have a consistent, like CEO is always June, right before Evo.
Right before Evo.
Final Round's always the first major that matters.
Of the year, yeah. It's like
they never
March.
really established themselves. Like it's more like Alex Vi does something in Cali. Like, but either way, like things in the Cali still has majors that matter. NCR maybe, something like.
I mean,
go to where the people are, the real people. Go to like every premier event in America. You should be there.
Yeah.
Canada Cup, not America, but so what? You should be there. Like you should be at every premier event.
Some Canadian players, you know what I mean? Play against them.
No, and it's a premier event, so everybody who matters in America and in the world, because it's
Canada Cup is the anti.
Yeah, Canada Cup is the anti-final round.
Mm-hmm.
Final round starts it. Canada Cup ends it for us. So you should be at that one too. But pretty much any premier event, like if you're serious about this stuff, like why are you not at every premier event?
Yeah, that's why
none of the Texas events are premieres.
Go back to Texas events. Was it Renee? He was like kind of bragging when you got top 16 in Marvel there.
Who gives a fuck?
And that's exactly what I said. I said, bro, so I told him, like, again, this is a time we're kind of going back at it. I was like, bro, so you top 16 at a Dallas local.
Especially like AB now.
I think it was AB the one that he
because
topped
AB is now, once Capcom like tapped it, people show up now to AB. But during those years when there was no Capcom,
it was pretty much
Texas with Chris T.
It was
and
a
Champ,
it was a local. It was a big local.
Yeah, it was the Texas
it's
major.
A big old local. That's what it was. And I'm just like, you really, like, what did you achieve from that? But
it was just like it's a fun gathering, but like none of the players were there.
But yeah, and I completely agree. But that I know they're giving me a hard time for not traveling. But really, it's because like I had bigger priorities. And if you look at like going back 3 years later, I could say I achieved them. I mean, look at that. In 3 years, you know, got a house. Last year I got a brand new car, Charger. Earlier this year I got a house. You know what I mean? It's
hard for
it's
for gaming to be that, especially fighting games to be your life. Because like if you ain't the 1 percentile, it's not giving you nothing.
Because I came to a point at that time where I was just like, I'm not getting paid to do this. And if I really, really want to get good, I had to put a lot of time.
It needs to be your only thing, pretty much.
Yeah, and I didn't want to. Yeah. Like no offense, like I love everybody in MGC, but like I had bigger.
My Tampa Bison interview, dude. No matter what we talked about, it would always ring right back to Street Fighter, which is not bad. But I mean, like, it just shows you, like, that's the type of dedication
that he has.
And that it takes to even be that good. It's like, no matter all these life questions I'm asking you, Street Fighter got mentioned in all of them.
That's so crazy. like I don't think I'm that dedicated to any game. Like, I think the game that I probably put the most hours in had to have been the Diablo franchise. Diablo 1, I guess I can go into it. Is that cool?
Whatever.
I guess talk about the story about how I got into Diablo.
Whatever.
So 1997, let's see. I believe that's what year it was. 97, or it might have been 98.
Yeah.
We just recently got a computer. My dad bought it for us. Shout out to my dad. He's a great guy.
Big up the dad.
Great guy. This was back then. I don't know if you remember when you would get a computer, the computer guy would come out and get it set up and everything. You know what I mean? So we had
because back then we bought a computer. I was one of the first people on my block. I set it up.
Oh, you did? Okay. But like we had
it was Gateway. If you remember that company?
Yeah, I do.
It was 90 something. This is way before 97. It was 98 for sure.
So back then, I guess
was there a 95 Windows?
There was a Windows 95. That was actually the one
that I might have started on that
one. But back then, I guess the computer guy had to come and get everything, make sure everything's working and set up right. So we're kind of like you said, I was like one of the first kids on the block to have a computer. Yeah. Like everyone at school was like, man, Gerard has a computer. That's bad. Yeah. Even though that computer's probably like terrible if you look at the specs.
Well, now.
Yeah,
now, I mean, it's probably
back then it was probably cool. So my brother, Todd, he was real into like computer games. He'll get like Doom 1, Doom 2.
Yeah. 800 floppy disk.
Yeah. This is great times. Yeah. And so one morning, like I wake up, right? I always would go to the computer, like every kid who had one, you know, it's kind of like thing. You wake up, go to it. I saw a game right there, right? I was like, damn, I've never seen this game before. It was Diablo 1, original one. And I put that dude in, right? And I started playing it. I'm like, man, this is so dark. And you're in this dungeon, you're killing skeletons, and you know what I mean? You're going into hell. And like, I don't know, I got into it. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Played it for a couple of months and then kind of, you know, I'm a kid. So I got a Game Boy. I started playing Game Boy instead. Jump up to about 6th grade. I started playing Diablo 1 again. This is about 2003, I think, 2003, around that time. Started playing it against Diablo 1. Diablo 2 is already out this time. And my mom actually got it for me the next year. And so I was in 7th grade, and man, I tell you, I played that game every day.
God's gift to Diablo. I never got to play 2.
It was, hey, you got to. It's great. Even now, I still play it every now and then.
Yeah, everybody says 2 is amazing. 3 is disappointment.
2 is like the.
I would imagine like the FTC equivalent of like it was like upgrade, right? It was more like we talk about Infinite to 3.
Yeah,
it's like an upgrade instead of like.
Well, yeah, 1 to 2 is like, I'm trying to think of a good example. I guess 1 to 2 is Street Fighter 2 to Third Strike. Yeah. Because 2 was everything, man. Yeah. And this is just vanilla 2 because there's expansion. Expansion adds even more. Yeah. But I played that game I'll get home because I was in sports. I'll get home around 6, right? And I'll play for at least 4 or 5 hours every day, just playing. And then the whole point of the game is just farming for gear. So I'm ideally doing the same thing every day. I'm doing the same runs. Yeah. I put so much time into Diablo 2, man, every day. And then I got the expansion. Again, I came in late. The game came out in 2000. I'm playing this like 2007, 2008. Yeah. So I came in real late, and I still was into it. I know at the time PS3 I think was out. So there's a lot of better games with graphics. You know what I mean? But I didn't care. I was so stuck on Diablo 2. It was just so fun. I played it. Man, I would play it on the weekends every day. Like that was my weekend. I would just wake up. I would start up Diablo 2. I would farm. I'll make new characters. I would level up, play and play and play. And then they announced Diablo 3 in 2008, man. I was so excited. I said, man, I can't wait. It's going to come out. I'm going to be in college by the time it comes out.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play it. And, you know, a lot of people say it sucks. I wouldn't say it sucks. Obviously, it's not the traditional Diablo 3 game because...
well, you mean 2, I guess. You mean traditional 2 game, right?
Well, Diablo 3 isn't a traditional Diablo game. Like, if you look at the... If you look at the way the other ones played, it plays more like, I hate to say it, like WoW. Okay. Because the reason why I say that is because there's a level cap. So Diablo 3 came out, level cap was 60. The expansion came up, they increased it by 10, which is pretty much what WoW does. Yeah. WoW come up, increase the level cap. And I'm like, man, why did they do that? The whole point of Diablo 2 was I want to get to level 99. And it took months to do that. Like, I'm talking about grinding, man. I think the highest I got in Diablo 2 was 95. And that literally took me like months of just doing bail runs over and over and over. That's literally all I did. Yeah. It's a funny story because I was talking to Ruth about this. We were shopping, right? And when there's these little pretzel crackers, right? That's where I said, man, I used to buy those and I'll drink that cheap generic Hill Country sweet tea every Saturday from like 10 till like 2 a.m. playing Diablo. Like, that's literally all I would do. And I was like, man, what a good flashback. But literally, that's literally all I would do. I would play Diablo 2. I would wake up, I would play it, grind, do the same thing over and over and over and over, and try to get level 99. Never did. Got 95 was the highest, but it's hard. Yeah. So they added that level cap, which was stupid. I'm not a fan of it. And then they pretty much changed the whole core of the game. Does not play like 2. It's completely different. Again, there's things in there I like, and there's things there I hate. Like, I wish that there was more end game stuff. They got rid of magic finding for some reason. I don't know why. And it's different, but I enjoy it just because, I guess, because it has Diablo in its name. There you go. That's it. I think that's why I like it so much.
That's why everyone plays Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, exactly. and well, you know, I approve that. I approve of people who play the game just because it has a title. Like, you're the reason why we have a 3, a 5. You know what I mean? Because you have that little percentage of people.
The one I played the most was probably Diablo 3, but I was mainly a console dude, so I got it mainly because I love the idea of 4 people playing on the same thing.
Yeah, and 2 used to have 8.
Damn,
8 people playing. That thing was wild, man. And but yeah, and the funny thing is Diablo 3, because in Diablo 2 I played with groups. Like, I actually met people, and I'm actually friends with them on Facebook. We actually stayed talking, which is actually pretty cool. There's actually a few that I wish I still was friends with. Some of them were real cool guys. And I'll play in groups in Diablo 2, right? But when 3 came out, I went completely solo. Like, I played with a few people who I played with too, but they stopped playing it.
Yeah, I noticed the whole computer culture. Every time I watch the Twitch stream of it, it's just people playing by themselves.
Yeah, and like,
or something.
I have people who I'm friends with online, but we don't really play too much. It's mainly just me. And I don't know why, because in Diablo 2, I was all about, you know, having that party. I guess because in 2, it really made a difference having people. In 3, it doesn't really, you know what I mean? New season came out, already put about 40 hours into it, and I'm already at a greater rift to 85, I think, which is the highest I've ever been. And I did it all by myself. Like, I remember I told my friend, like, I was playing with them, we were just doing some rifting, and I said, man, I'm surprised that I got this far by myself, because like, he plays with a group. And then he was just like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. And I said, yeah, I'm watching all these other people that have, you know, 4-man parties. And it's just, there's so much more I would do to that game. Yeah. And I really hope that Diablo 4 kind of fixed it. But the reason why 3 is the way it is because I don't think one person who helped develop that game worked on 1 or 2. So it's pretty much...
that's what's happening for all the games.
Yeah. And it's kind of sad, but I mean, I like it. I still play. I played earlier today.
For sure. All right.
So it's just...
Let me hit you with the next one, which is what 3 things you're thankful for in life?
My family and friends is 1. I kind of bunch them together. 2 is being alive. You know, what's the third thing? Like, God, So family, friends, being alive. I mean, I guess being in America, man.
Dude, I feel like
You know, like
the person I got last night, she said the exact same 3 things she said.
you know, because like the thing about it is like the reason why I say that being in America is if you look at, obviously I'm not saying America's like the best place to be in,
but we're super blessed. But we lose perspective
super blessed, and people don't understand that. Like, I am so happy that I grew up here, even in Texas. Like, I'm happy I grew up in Texas. Like, I don't know why people hate on us so much. But versus like if I grew up in Mexico and I was poor, like, man, like I don't know how people could live like that. Like when I went to college, we did like a whole thing of where we looked at different income lives of different countries.
Yeah.
So like a doctor in like Africa versus a doctor here.
Yeah, it's not 6 digits.
And
It's
like,
not-
yeah, you look at their house and they're just, it's like stone. And like, it's not even covered. It's like a tent. And I'm like, oh my God, like he's a pharmacist? And I said, man, like I'm so happy because, you know, I'm not saying my parents weren't the richest, we weren't the poorest either. We were just
yeah,
kind
but
of
our
made.
poor is different poor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like, you know, yeah, I grew up in the hood, but we had a house, you know what I mean? Like I had an AC unit in my room. Some people didn't have that. You know,
I didn't have AC till I moved to Texas.
we didn't have we didn't have heating. So we had this
I
little
didn't have
space
heat
heaters.
till I moved to Texas.
And like it's just crazy that there's some people who live and they don't even have like a ceiling. They have a roof,
I think not that it's easy to do those things, but I think also like when you don't know, when it's all you know, then you know you just deal with it. Like I think you know my Texas life has been what it is, both good and bad. But the number one thing it gave me was like perspective, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing I'm grateful for is that I grew up, you know, here, and I really hope that people appreciate, you know, what we're in and not to lose that, you know. But again, a lot of people they're just sheep to the media, you know what I mean? That's what they are. That's what it comes down to. But also, yeah, family and friends, you know, probably wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have them, you know. Thankfully, both my parents, they stayed together. So I didn't have to deal with, you know, a divorce. I know that changes a lot of people. You know, I had 2 brothers and a sister. Wasn't the most popular guy going in for a while. Yeah. It wasn't until about high school that's when I started, you know, making more friends. But that's kind of where video games came into my life when I didn't have a lot of friends. I had video games, you know. I had Mega Man, you know. X was my boy. You know, I said, you know, screw these bullies, man. I have Final Fantasy and all this. But yeah, you know, family, friends really got me where I am, and just thankful to be alive, man. I'm just thankful that I'm alive. You know, that's the one thing that's starting to bug me. I'm just like, man,
what, that you're alive?
No, like dying, and I'm like,
I mean, you know, we may or may not live long enough for it, but there are companies trying to solve the disease called death. That's how they word it. I'm dead ass. But, or, you know, aging or things like that. So
the thing about it, like with death, because like I've always wondered, what does it mean when you die by natural causes?
Yeah,
pretty much what it means is that like you just pretty much your body's just so old that you get like a cold and the cold just kills you.
Maybe,
you know what I mean? That's pretty much what I mean by natural causes. It doesn't mean that you just go to sleep, you don't wake up. It's just that your body just kind of gives in to whatever is there.
I think they changed the name, but like they used to be a Google X, and they used to only do what they called impossible problems. And yeah, one of their things was trying to solve death, you know, like or trying to cure a disease. Like it's super impossible. They only do impossible stuff. I think the AI cars came from that too. Like now it wouldn't be classified as that no more, but AI cars came from that division too.
Yeah, but I'm extremely thankful to be alive, and thinking about death kind of concerns me just because obviously we don't know what it is.
But it's good you think about it, because that means it'll probably make you even take more advantage of your current time.
Oh yeah, and that's what I look at too. That's why I always say that you know, 3 things I'm thankful for is just being alive, and you know, saying that I'm healthy. You know, I have food. That's the one thing that I'm grateful for as well. Is that I'm able to you know eat. We have clean water. We have food here. Without that, you know, it would be a completely different world. But but yeah, being alive, it's a big deal to me.
Right.
Yeah.
What is one person you want to forgive and one person you want them to forgive you? And if you can say why.
Does the FGC count as a person?
Hey, why not? Why, if that's what you want, you do what you want.
Oh, let's see, one person that I could forgive. See, that's the thing is like, I'm such a forgiving person, man. Like, it's really hard for me to not like somebody. You have to really do something fucked up for me to like. So the question is, one person that I would want forgiveness for, is that or
Both,
that I
both.
okay, that I would forgive, and that I would want for forgiveness.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
funny thing is, really, there isn't anybody in the world that I could say like, hey, man, like I forgive you for this, because I've probably already forgiven them.
All right.
But to be forgiven, well, I guess they could phrase it as the FGC. Because really that's the only thing that I could think of, man.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of a relationship that I fucked up with a friend, because all my close friends are still friends with me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I did Richard wrong. I didn't do my good friend Mark wrong. I felt like I kind of did the FGC wrong a little bit. Maybe I'm taking it too serious.
Yeah.
But maybe, like, hey, if I offended you, if I troll too much, hey man, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And I forgive y'all. Like, I don't hold grudges. Like, for a while I was kind of mad. I was like, man, these people are fucked up. They're not doing anything. Like, they're just haters. You know what I mean? So I kind of had like that phase. But then as the time progressed, I was like, maybe I was just tripping. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. But at the time when I came into FGC, I was going through a lot. Unfortunately, my sister passed away in 2013. So a lot. They saw a lot of me that wasn't me. So I guess I could say that if I could ask for forgiveness, it'll be from the community. There's a lot of good people on there. You know what I mean? Like Roger's a good guy. Mike's a good guy. Eric's a good guy. There's a lot of good guys in the FGC. And if I came off wrong, hey man, I'm sorry. And I'm probably never gonna go out again just because I don't really have a reason to.
Yeah.
But hey, if I can, I guess clear it off. Let everybody know, hey man, everything's good. I would that'll make me feel better. You know what I mean? Get a little peace of mind. But yeah, that's I guess the only thing I think was the FGC. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
Probably here. Same thing. Probably still working at a job. Same job that I'll be working at. I'm very committed to really loyal, as you could tell with the games and stuff I follow.
Yeah. Sucks, but I'm here.
Yeah, but
that's a job, though, games. I mean, some
yeah,
games.
and the thing is, I'm okay where I'm at. Obviously, I think that's another question you asked. What's your life goal, right? Did you already ask that?
Yeah.
All right, so I don't want to get too far, but obviously I still see myself at my current job. Hopefully I'm either a team leader or supervisor by then, because that's a long time from now. Hopefully I move up the ladder enough, because I want to be able to make some money to be able to support a family, because I actually want to start a family about 2-3 years. So I guess you could say that's where I want to be 2 and 3 years. Maybe I'll have a son or daughter by then. So that's where I see myself, son or daughter, family man. I plan it, I wanted to be, I'm 25. I want to be 28 when I have first kid, 28, 29, one of those ages. So that's probably where I'll be in 3 years. Family man.
All right.
Yeah.
What is the perfect day?
What is the perfect day?
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to have to, I'm probably stealing this from, what was it, Jimmy V's speech? But if, how you said, you know how you say, if you could laugh, and you can cry, and something else, I can't remember.
All three emotions in one day.
All three emotions one day. He said, man, that's one hell of a day. And he's absolutely
the third
correct.
one now? I'm going to want to Google
I think
one.
it's if you I don't know if you say smile, laugh, and cry, something like that. If you're something like that. But honestly, that to me, that's a perfect day. If I wake up in the morning, if I'm happy, if I'm smiling, if I'm laughing, obviously the crying part, it could be looked at different ways. Or is it tears of joy?
Yeah.
Or is it tears of remembrance?
Man, look, I cried when tears of joy. I cried when Spider-Man was hanging from War Machine. I was like, I'm dead ass. Doesn't have to be sad. It doesn't.
Yeah, and like, to be honest, that's a perfect day for me.
Yeah.
If you're just happy, if you go through those stages, you you're happy, you have those tears of joy. Obviously, it doesn't mean you physically have to cry, but if you just have that moment in you where like, man, I just so happy, that's the perfect day for me. And to be honest, I have pretty much that every day.
That's what's up.
That's one thing my dad likes about me. He always says that, oh, you're high in life. I said, yeah, But even back before I had a house, even back before I was, you know, dating Ruth, I was still happy. You know what I mean? Obviously, I didn't have what I have now.
Yeah.
But I made most of what I had, and I think that's why I'm such a happy person. It's really hard to get me down, man. It really is.
Always looking at the positive side of things.
You have to, man. You can't just be negative. You can't
I've
just
tried to shift, I think, and I've done decent job, but I've tried to shift more towards that, you know?
Yeah, it goes good. Like, you can't, like, I hate it when people post stuff like that on Facebook. He's like, so miserable, post a sad selfie of me laying on the couch.
My friend, you know, I use the word friend loosely. I haven't seen her since my last job, but I mean, like, the last real job I had, I guess I still have her on Snapchat, and she doesn't always post, but she's in a mode where she wants to post now. And she posted, you know, something bad, like, not that she's going to commit suicide, but like, you know, something along the lines of like, my life is like, you know, just
I'm at my breaking point.
Some shit like, no, it was more like just like my life. Like, there's nothing good going on in my life. So I talked to her more, and I'm trying to spin it, but to her, like, you know, in a more positive, like, but at the end of the day, like, you know, we have to decide ourselves to see that. Like, no one else can really force us to see. Yeah, goodness, you know,
you have to be at that point to where you're okay with where you're at. Yeah, like when I was a broke college kid for a while. You know, I was going to school. Yeah, I was getting paid $7.75 at a barbecue place, but I was happy. You know, I had a job, I had a car. I bought an arcade stick. I thought that really made me happy.
I remember the days when that made me happy too.
The cheapo cross Tekken one, but hey, you know what? That was like one of my goals. It was like I wanted the stick. Like, I would always tell Ruth, I want a stick so bad. Like, I'll be so good at Marvel with it. And then funny thing is, when I got it, I couldn't even play Marvel.
I know, right? It made Marvel 10 times as hard.
But finally, I got the hang of it. But like, that made me happy.
On pad for that game.
You know, and like, that's what I tell people is just take it for what it's worth, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, you're alive. You should be happy for that. You know what I mean? Some people, they're not alive, man. Some people don't even get a chance. Some people, they don't make it past birth. You know what I mean? And that sucks.
Yeah.
Some people get sick and they just they die early, and it sucks. You know, just be happy that you're here. That's why I try to tell people. When people are like, "Oh, it's not that simple," I'm like, "Well, you're not making it simple because you're giving a loop. It's like you don't want to be happy." And that's kind of like a thing. Like when I was in psychology, that's one thing that I kind of talked about a lot in that class, is that, like, you know, we have this thing in our mind, and a lot of people have that, and it's the fear of being alone. And I'm like, dude, you're not alone. You don't need to have somebody there, 24/7 to be happy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they make it seem that they need to. And that's where you get people in bad relationships, abusive relationships, because they feel like that's the only person they can get.
I've had my times with that, just the being alone, feeling and stuff, you know. And it still crops up right now. I have to, like, force myself the perspective, you know, like, it ain't really that, even though you feel that, you know. And
the thing is, like, the one thing where I could literally say that I probably have only been alone maybe 2 times where I felt where I was completely alone. One was, like, growing up, you know, I was bullied a lot. And like, it's terrible, you know what I mean? Obviously, that's a problem we have here in America. But what got me out of that was games. I think that's why I have such a passion for games. Is like I said, I wasn't really the most popular guy. And then, you know, I get these games like Final Fantasy, Mega Man X, and like
creates these whole worlds.
I started making like these connections with the characters, right? Yeah. Like, as in, like, if they were real, but they're not. And that's kind of what kept me going, you know what I mean? That's why I kind of hold them a lot of value on that. And it just helps, you know. That I had that, but that's the thing a lot of people don't have. They don't make that connection.
I look forward to the day, like, my life financially is gonna have to be in a different place, but like to coming back to games, because I do miss it. But like, I think right now I just can't justify it, because I'm in a like a creation versus consumption. And, you know, like, you play that, spend your whole day playing that, well, I didn't make nothing, you know. I don't even mean money. I mean, like, I didn't make nothing. I didn't make a song, I didn't make a podcast. So I'm like, in the future I'll find a balance for it.
Yeah. And that's another thing where I come back to, I kind of wish that I would stream.
You should.
Yeah,
but you probably haven't done it enough that when you stream, you play different, right, or something.
No,
you act different.
Yeah, I guess so. But because the thing is, like, there's playing the game and having it broadcast, and then there's being the streamer streaming the game. Because like, say I just stream and I'm just doing what I normally do. I'm playing, just fucking around, right? But if I have an audience, right, you become like a streamer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, shout out to the donation, $5. Thank you. You know what I mean? You're not even. It becomes a job. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing like that I fear about streaming. Is don't get me wrong, I'll take donations. Like hell, if people want to donate and me to play, like I will take it. But
you don't want to.
But I'm afraid that it's going to turn into, like a job. You know what I mean? And then my biggest fear is if I don't
have to, because you have a job.
Yeah, exactly. But like, what if it turns into where I'm such a big deal that, you know what I mean, that I lose.
That's an enormous amount of confidence.
I lose the love for the game because I'm just doing it because people appreciate it. I'm not playing the game because I love it. I'm playing it because I have a crowd of people who love me playing. You know what I mean? Who love this character that was created from. I
think that's a good problem, but you need to work. That's a problem for when you're there already.
Yeah.
So I think
but I guess that's the one thing that I worry about, because like I've seen a lot of streamers. It's hard to
build a following, dude.
Yeah, and it really
especially with video games, like that's so 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, because I look at Twitch and
we in
like
IRL land right now, dude. So it's like
I look at like I click on Diablo, right, to look at streamers, right? You'll have like 3 that have like 500,000, 2,000 viewers. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you go on a list, it's like 1, 1, 5, 1, 0, 1.
That's where you're gonna be for a long time, unless you magically have this personality that blows up, which you might have.
Yeah, you never know till you try it. And I think a way to get your name out there is you got to achieve something. You know what I mean? Like for example, like you're talking Tampa Bison.
Yeah.
When he first started streaming, he didn't have a lot of viewers, right?
I think
he had a good amount.
There was a point where I guess now he explained it, where I guess he was getting retweeted. He had like 3K people watching.
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why he got that many viewers is because remember he was number 1 for a while.
Yeah, that was
and
when
so
Capcom was retweeting him.
So he got his name out there.
Yeah.
Hey, this number 1 guy streaming. We got to check him out.
Now he hangs out in the 50s, I think.
Yeah.
And he told me he has like 45 subscribers.
Yeah, which is good. Like I would love to have that, but the thing is, I need to do something to get my name out there. Like I need to go to an event and I don't know, be Justin Wong, and it has to be on the stream. And then, people look me up, and then they see I have a channel. And
doing the podcast with him was trippy live.
With Tampa or Justin?
Tampa, because he wanted to do a live too, so I never do these live. So I had like a little chat there, and it was trippy. And then like we talking real talk FGC, so like this is something like real FGC, not Hero, because no one knows Hero. So we're shitting on people, and it's pretty crazy. Like seeing like instant reactions from some of this shit, because this doesn't happen on my stuff.
Yeah, and that's how we got it. That's how we got out there. Because I remember when I first started watching, it was when 5 first dropped. He would maybe have like 100, 200 people.
Yeah,
because he's a good Bison player. And then he got first, and then once he got first, that's when he started getting like all the people, and that's really how you get your name out there. You gotta really.
You gotta be the guy.
Yeah, you gotta be the guy. Like I gotta be number 1 on the leaderboard in Diablo.
You gotta be the guy or be entertaining.
Yeah,
and,
but it's
and
hard
we were talking about that. Like
content.
he was kind of anti-personality, because everybody always tells him he has a personality and stuff, or you need one. But I haven't seen his streams too late, and he did say that he does interact with his chat a lot, and he have a lot of real talks and all this shit. But I think just from watching fighting games as a whole, I think people who I like have become dramatically boring when playing a fighting game, and I feel like that might be what hurts him in terms of just Twitch viewers, not everything. Because I'm like, I know Tampa Bison's great, but I feel like if you're playing Street Fighter, you're concentrating on that game. Mm-hmm. Same thing when I watch Aris. I watch him play Resident Evil, shit's funny. Metal Gear, shit's funny. I watch him play Tekken, it's not funny no more. It's boring now, because he's focused, so he's talking less. And I feel a lot of people, like any famous guy who might be entertaining, I watch them and like, oh, it's kind of whack. Like fighting games is just not in terms of it being not tournament, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah, really, the only way it's fun to watch is if
tournaments. That's it. Like, and good tournament, not any tournament.
Well, unless they have a really good character too, I guess. But even besides that, I mean, just yelling into the.
You're just getting tech. Yeah. The only reason to watch any of those guys play is for tech. That's it. In terms of their private streams. Because no one's entertaining. Justin Wong, he's an amazing person, player, super fucking boring. Like his Twitch stream.
I think whack. Mike Ross is probably the only one that I could say was entertaining. Remember when he used to stream on Twitch?
He came back for a little bit, but he's doing these weird silent Guilty Gear streams because he's kind of like a silent person right now. It's weird. Like he kind of left the FGC, but
Yeah.
Did you see that video, the cross counter T-shirt video?
Was that the one where he was talking about what's wrong with esports?
Yeah, and then they start to sell a
Yeah,
T-shirt.
Yeah,
That's been his only comeback of the year in terms of like.
Does he still
videos
do
and
Excellent
stuff.
Adventures?
That's what I'm saying. No, in terms of videos, that's the only thing he did.
You
And
know,
it almost feels like
oh, man,
that was a
sucks.
troll, but it almost feels like that might have been real, And
Yeah.
Combo Fiend left his position.
Yeah, he left Capcom.
He hasn't. You check his Twitter. There's
It's
silence after, and I'm starting to think like I think some of this shit might be true because I felt like this as a fan for a while, like that this shit kind of sucks. Like if you're in that 1%, yeah, like look, like Knuckle Dude, like life's great for him. But I mean, like as a viewer, like stuff that got me in FGC was like kind of the whole hip hop thing of it all. Like being in New York, like if you go look at Yipe's commentary from Marvel 2, like with Matrix and all that stuff, that's what got me into like the FGC, like that whole like vibe. But then you watch like Cali, because they run a lot of the majors, right? So Capcom Cups, there's like super boring commentary.
Some commentary
PC,
can be pretty bad.
it's like it's all PC BS, like
That
it's just not
sucks.
fun. Like a lot of the fun got stabbed, like the NFL No Fun League. A lot of the fun got taken away because product placement. and
That sucks
stuff.
because like that's really kind of what got me first into Street Fighter wanting to play was watching Excellent Adventures. But back when they would do the Christmas specials, I thought those were hilarious.
What did they do special? I don't remember.
Well, every year, because remember, they stopped for a while. They stopped doing the Excellent Adventures, and they would only come back for like the holiday adventures, right?
Okay.
It wasn't until 2014 when they started doing like episodes like weekly,
Yeah.
which were great. I liked it. It was funny. It was funny to me. I like watching them play because it was entertaining. It wasn't really me trying to learn because they were just screwing around. But once 5 came out, I didn't watch one episode of that Excellent Adventures just because 5's overall design, like you can't even search for a match. You know what I mean? Like the way that they would,
especially in the very beginning too. Like
like the way they would do it. You know how they'll create a ranked match, right? Somebody will join.
Yeah.
They'll do the run back. It was funny. But once 5 came out, it's weird because you got to switch the character. Then you got to put searching for opponent. You don't go to the character select screen. I don't understand why they don't go to the character select screen. And that to me was like.
They were trying to speed it up.
Yeah, to me that was weird though.
Especially with the long ass loading times at the time. They were trying to speed it up.
To me that just 5 is just man, I can't even remember the last time I played 5.
I don't blame you.
That's
I don't blame you.
that's kind of sad. I know it was here because I played it here, but I don't even remember when. Like I remember
fun, dude.
Richard told me, he was like, "Hey, you want to play?" This is before Mark came. I was like, "Yeah, I'll get a couple games." And said, "I don't care." I played Karen. It was fun for a little bit, but
Yeah.
I went back to
all fighting
Model 3.
games are wash, rinse, repeat, but this one like just feels blatant. Like
It just I haven't even watched a major. I don't really like watching Street Fighter.
it needs to be, man, I don't want to go down this well, but like in terms of major, it needs to be a premiere or a major where everyone shows up. So something like Capcom Cup, and even yesterday, but I still didn't want to watch it. So like,
Did you watch it?
I've only watched any today. Like I've only seen like a couple of minutes here and there as background because
And
it's kind of doo-doo to watch, man.
yeah, like even watching like
Maybe
Marvel,
tomorrow I might pay attention. Oh man, I didn't watch any Marvel. Surprise! That's the only game I usually like watching these days.
I didn't even watch. You see, when I first saw Evil, I thought it was like the greatest thing ever. This was back in 2011.
Yeah,
And I saw it
'cause
the
it
next
was.
year.
because it was.
So the next 2 years after that, I saw it. It was great, right? But then around 2014, it just
Is that still Street Fighter 4 or?
this was I didn't watch Street Fighter. I only watched Marvel.
Oh yeah,
I've
no,
only
then it really got bad for you
I've
guys.
only seen Street Fighter once at Evil, and that was 2011.
Oh, Street Fighter's great. At
That
Evo.
was when
Like,
what was his name? There's like a set player, and he beat Daigo. I think he perfected him. I can't remember.
a lot of people are beating
Yeah.
Daigo these days.
Yeah.
Like-
It's sad, right? Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean like it's evolution, but I think just him and 5, like
Like he just kind of gave up on it.
I mean, they call it duty fighter, right? They call it.
I mean,
a duty to play this game.
Shout out to people who still play it. I know
Dago's
that.
lost, man. He's playing Guile and shit. Like, come on, man.
I know they're releasing new stuff because I saw Eric post
It's releasing new shit.
like Bison has a command grab, stuff like that.
DLC will never stop.
Yeah, it's weird because back then, you know, it's kind of like that old meme where like back then you got the whole burger, but now it's just like, oh, if you want lettuce, that's extra. If you want cheese, that's extra. You want pickles. And that being like the DLC, you know what I mean?
The thing is that the thing that leaves, I think, a nasty taste in all of us is like DLC is planned from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
And I think DLC, the game should come out, that's it. And then DLC, like, oh, y'all guys still like this? Here's another thing. Oh, y'all still like this? Here's another, you know, like, and yo, when you get, hey, here's, especially NRS, they're real guilty of this. Here's, you know, let's say Mortal Kombat 11. Guess what DLC comes out if you pre-order it? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why am I buying a game to get DLC on day one? You know, and then like, guess who comes out a month after the game? Like, wait, why?
Yeah,
why a month
like,
after the game?
With Goro, remember?
Yeah, he was the
Pre-order,
one of them.
yeah.
I think Darkseid was for Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why are we having day one DLC? Why are we having, you know, month one DLC?
Or buy deluxe edition to get season 1.
Yeah, like, why is there a season? Well, obviously you gotta start from 1.
Well,
That's
what
why
started it was,
but season 1 shouldn't start on day 1. Is what I'm saying. Like, give me a
MK
year of
started
the
it, right?
game. Yeah,
I think MKX started it with seasons. Because I remember Injustice, the first one, they don't have DLCs too.
yeah.
Which is, pretty cool, I guess. But
That shit's annoying.
yeah, it is annoying.
Let's keep going because we're just gonna get angry now. There's no positive here in this.
Yeah, and it's bad. And the thing is, it's every game, man. I mean, honestly, it started back in like Diablo's era, man.
Well, computer games have been doing it forever.
Yeah,
I think
but
it's
they're called
people like
expansions,
me who didn't do this. We're not used to this, so we're still slowly being dragged in.
But the cool thing though about what the PC will do, like when Diablo,
and fighting games were the last, because by the time like consoles start doing like the real games, like Call of Duties were already doing this, right?
Oh my god, yeah. Map packs.
So it's really just like people, because a lot of us
they jump ship.
A lot of us,
I guess
the fighting gamers, we kind of mainly played the fighting games, you know. So like we were the last ones, so we're like, what are you doing?
I think because PCs were first, but the good thing about the PCs was it was an expansion pack.
It also made sense. Yes,
it was a lot of content, so it pretty much was a new game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah,
it wasn't full price.
Yeah, exactly. I think you get a new game, you get 2 new characters, you get like a whole new area, a shit ton of weapons and items.
Yeah,
it's worth it. You know what I mean? But that's why what it would get me so mad when Ultra came out and somebody said, "Oh, I can't wait for this new patch to come out," and then Combo Fiend was like, "Well, it's not a patch; it's a new game."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What?" I said, "I'm sorry, like it's a patch. It's not a new game." You know what I mean? You get new characters. Yes, there's some new stuff, red focus, all that, but it's the same game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same game. Now, if Ultra Street Fighter 4 was SF5, then you could say it's a new game. You know what I mean? But it's just, I hate it when people say that because it's just a patch. It's a patch. It's not a new game. Yes, they do release a physical copy, but that's because, they want the money.
Yeah.
But that's the one that kind of sets me off about it is like we have this whole seasons. I mean, and look at it. Marvel has been out for what? I think it came out in August, August or September. One of those days, right? So we're in December, right? We already have 2 waves of DLC.
Yeah, why?
And I'm like, whoa, that's quick. I thought that
the games are out there just to get you to buy immediately.
I thought that Capcom should know when they had that whole fiasco with Cross Tekken with the DLC characters.
Well, now they do it right? None of them are on the disc.
Well,
Congratulations. That's all they learned from there. Don't put them on the disc. Don't put.
Yeah. Well, I think they should start with a bigger roster, and I think if you want to do it the right way, you should have the game out for a year, and then release.
No one's gonna do that ever.
Yeah, I know, but it would make sense
because
right?
we're already paying. We keep paying for it, and now that we have these tournaments, right, with money, so never gonna happen. But anyway,
it would make sense though. Just
it would be nice, but no,
no one ever gonna do it. Because like if you think about it, you get 50 characters, right? You wait a year, and then
it's not happening.
And then you get 12 more. Like, doesn't that make sense? You know what I mean? It kind of, I don't know.
But let me hit you with the next one, dude.
Yeah, go for it.
Where it is and I feel like, a lot of these questions cross over anyway, so you've kind of alluded to this, but where is the will to carry on for you come from? Does it come from within, faith, higher power?
Probably comes from within. But the thing is, to go forward was kind of like something that my parents put into me.
Yeah.
But the way they put it into it was by religion. You know what I mean? So I guess you could say higher power. So that's what keeps me going forward. You know, I guess my faith, my religion. I am Catholic, if you know, people can see. But I'm not like the over the top Catholic. Like I don't. A lot of religious people could be very judgmental.
Yeah.
I'm probably like the least judgmental. Like I always tell people, do you believe in whatever you want to do in? As long as you're not hurting somebody, as long as you're not killing somebody, do you? You know what I mean? I'm friends with quite a bit of atheists, and I don't care. Hey, they made that choice. That's them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just like how I made my choice. Like, why am I gonna butcher somebody for a different thing? And that's the one thing that keeps me going is my religion. But again, it doesn't restrict me the way that it restricts some people. You know what I mean? But that's really what it is. And I kind of thank my parents for doing that for me because, you know, I used to get mad back then because I used to go CCD, you know, get first communion and all that.
Yeah.
It happened on Saturdays and Saturday morning cartoons, man.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, like at that time, I was so upset because I watched Digimon back then, and every Saturday new episode.
Digimon,
and
Digital
I actually have the
Monsters?
season 1 over there, Blu-ray,
Oh.
Japanese over there. Yeah,
Let's go.
pretty
Let's go.
pretty high. Yeah. And funny thing that goes back to that is back then I was so angry at my mom for doing that for me because you know, that was my world. I wanted to see the episode.
Yeah.
I thought that I was never gonna be able to see it. And then here I am now at 25. I have season 3, which was my favorite season. I have season 1 right there. Trying to get season 2. So it's just like it all kind of works out, you know what I mean? So that's where I kind of thank them for kind of putting me through that because it kind of made me a better person.
Yeah.
Gave me morals and all that. So that kind of gave me the will to keep going. And that's something that keeps me going because, you know, I could fall down or just get back up. And one thing I like to tell people, I said, you fall down 3 times, you get up 10 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never understand that math. Like Dwayne Wade had that commercial, fall down 6, get up 7. I'm like, wait, why? Why are we getting up 7 times?
Yeah, it's because you're just
Like
willingness. It's just your willingness.
fall
to-
down 6, get up 6. But why are we getting up more times than we fell?
I think it's kind of like to let you know that, you know, you're going to keep on falling. Just keep on getting up.
I
you know
guess,
what I mean?
man, but like, was there a mountain so you had to get up like without a fall? Like what? I don't understand it. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand.
But that's what they always tell people though. You know, just keep getting up. Just can't let yourself get down.
For sure.
And that's kind of my willingness to keep going forward.
All right, it's the last one, but it's a 3-parter.
Okay.
I wish, I wonder. I like that I did. I wish I had done. I wonder what would have happened if. So the first one is I like that I did.
I like that I went to college. Not for any of the classes that were, I guess the core classes for my degree. I was a
Yeah.
biology major.
Yeah.
But really, it taught me about the world, how fucked up the world is. But it allowed me to kind of get a little real world experience, you know. It taught me a lot because the classes that I hold to heart the most were philosophy and psychology. Those really taught me how to be a good human being, how to understand people.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be where I'm at if it wasn't for those classes. Like I always tell people, like I was good at chemistry, I was good at math, but I was like, fuck those classes. What's that gonna do? Okay, I know how to solve for this, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Does that make me a better friend to somebody? I said no, but because of those psychology classes, I'm able to connect with people. I'm able to understand. It just made me a better person. That's where I look at it. And going to college kind of showed me that the world's rough, you know, but people just don't care. Like those professors, man, they go there, they get their 6 figures.
I don't know if they all get 6 figures, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
It's a job. It's a job.
They're getting paid. They're
Yeah,
getting their money. They don't give a shit about us. But when you go to high school, their whole major is we want you to do this. We want you to be successful. In college, hey man, I got my check. I don't care about you. If you don't come in class, you're gonna fail. I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it. So it kind of gave me, it was a slap on the face because it showed me that I had to be more serious. That's what it kind of taught me. So yeah, that's the one thing that I like that I did, and I'm thankful that I went.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish I had done.
Maybe I wish I had done a different major in school, to be honest. That's the only thing I can really think of because I feel like I made some good decisions.
That way we wouldn't have these degrees we don't use.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think I should have probably majored I probably should have been a psychologist. Probably. I would actually have to get a doctorate degree, so I'll still be technically in school right now.
Yeah.
But
it can work.
The reason why I say that is because I'm so good at connecting with people. I'm good at helping them, and I think that as a psychologist, I'll be able to help people who really need it. You know what I mean? Really being able to understand them, really being able to help them get out of what they're in. Because what I tell people is like, you know, you're sad because you put yourself in that hole. You know what I mean? You got to be able to, kind of like you say, you got to kind of be able to see the other side of things.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at getting people to realize that. So maybe that's one thing I wish I had done. Because I like helping people. It's just something that's natural to me. So, yeah.
I wonder what would have happened if.
Man, this one's probably going to be deep. I wonder what happened if my sister never passed away in 2013. A reason why I say that is because it changed a lot of me. It kind of was my second awakening, I guess you could say. That's the second time I brought up earlier of when I was alone. That was like the second time that I was really alone. Just because, you know, I had my family, I had Ruth, I had everybody there, you know, being very supportive, but it just sucked, you know. It was a really, really tough time. And I always wonder, how would life be if that didn't happen, though? Because, you know, don't get me wrong, I wish she was here, right? I still do wish she was here. Every day I do. But you know, her passing made me stronger. Would I have been this strong if she didn't? You know what I mean? That's the one thing that I always look at. Or would it be the same? You know what I mean? Or would it have been easier? Would it have been harder? That's the one thing I always look at as what would happen if she didn't. You know, where would I be? Would I be a different person?
Yeah.
You know, would I have made more mistakes? You know what I mean? Because that kind of made me realize that death happens, life happens, you know. Before that, I didn't think about death. You know what I mean? My grandma was the first person who I could say died that showed me what death was. She passed away on my 13th birthday, by the way. So it sucked, you know what I mean? I never went through that. But besides that, I had a sophomore teacher who committed suicide. Oh, not sophomore teacher. She was my 8th grade teacher, excuse me. She committed suicide. Again, I didn't really know her, so I didn't have a connection. So yeah, she died and it sucked and I felt bad for her, but it didn't affect me the way that my sister passing away did, you know? So that's the one thing I always question is that what would have made me fall down to realize that life isn't all shits and giggles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I always look at. I always look at like, man, if that never happened, you know, would I be what I am now? Or did what happened made me what I am, made me stronger? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I had I guess my first one when my father died. That was probably the one that changed me. And I always see my mom's old now, so I always think man, that'll probably be a rude awakening for me too when she goes, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, but the one thing I always look at for people is or I always tell, because it's like the circle of life.
Yeah.
You know, if you go through the way it's supposed to happen, you know, the parents go first because they're the older ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If everybody lives that perfect life, you know, your parents raise you, you grow up, you age, they age, they get older, they pass, you know what I mean? And then it goes down the ladder, you know what I mean? So you got your older brother, he passes next, then your other brother, then you, and then you're younger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that whole ladder, that whole traditional way, it's different than from a sudden, because I don't know how if you don't mind me asking, was it old age that he passed away?
Or? Cancer.
Yeah. That's terrible. So that too, but hers was so sudden. Hers was a car accident. She was only 25. It was just a freak accident. That's really what it was. But man, with cancer, you kind of, doctors let you know that you kind of expect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of expect
it. Beat it the first time, but then the second time
it just...
And it sucked too, because it's all the cancer seems to do is it just makes you weak, so all these other things can kill you. Like the cancer itself doesn't
it gets rid of your immune system.
So
pretty much
other stuff kills him, and he's a big drinker, so I think the liver was the final nail in the coffin. But like
where we're
I
going.
saw him
That's really-
deteriorate to the point that like
Yeah, and
he
that's-
don't even remember who I am.
Yeah, that's hard to see.
Yeah.
That it's different ways it affected. Like I saw my my grandma. She died of old age. So so I guess technically it would be natural causes.
Yeah.
But I literally saw her go from my grandma to somebody who couldn't even talk.
Mm.
She had 2 or 3 strokes, I think. I can't remember how many. First one happened. I was 5th grade, I think, and it was scary because like she couldn't talk anymore. She couldn't walk. We thought everything was gonna be fine, and she had her second one. She goes to the hospital, even worse condition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after that, it just felt like she was just like a puppet. You know what I mean? Like she was just in a body, no idea, couldn't talk. Like it just sucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I saw her for 2 years like that. I think from 5th to 7th grade. And in 7th grade, one day she just we got a call that she's just really not making it, have a high fever, all that. And just that image, man, it's still burnt in my head. Like it's never gonna go away.
Yeah.
I walked into a nursing home, and she has like the oxygen mask on her, and she just looks like in just so much pain. And like it was just so disturbing to see her like that. And the thing is, when I was at that age, I thought that she'll be fine. She's just sick. You know what I mean? It wasn't until my oldest brother, like we went for a walk because he could tell I was upset. He wanted to cheer me up, take me away from that scene.
Yeah.
Because everybody's there crying. I'm young. I've never been through it. I'm only 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're walking, right? We're walking down. We're at a nursing home. There's like a little path, and we're walking. It's good. Like he's spending time with me, trying to cheer me up. And I said, "Hey, is Grandma gonna be okay?" And he just straight up told me. He said, "Gerard, she's dying."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What?" And like and she says again, it's like, "Yeah, she's dying, Gerard. Like she's gonna die." Like, and I kind of was like, no, like in my head, in my heart, I'm like, nah, she's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? She just has a fever. She had a really bad fever too. Like I remember touching her forehead, and it was just like, I felt like
Super
a steam
hot,
plate. Yeah, it smelled like a steam plate. And I was just thinking at the time, like, nah, she's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. And that really was the first time that somebody told me, that no, she's gonna die. And I figured she died on my birthday. And yeah, that's why I don't really like my birthday.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say that. They're like, dang, you should enjoy it. I said, no, it's hard. I miss my grandma. I know that she went. She was old, but it just sucks. But yeah, that was like the first time where I realized that what death was. But you so young, you forget about it, And then having it happen again with my sister was just unfortunate. So really, that's the one thing that I always look at. Like, where would I be in a different universe if she never crashed her car that day?
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. It's one of those things. I really can't say what.
Yeah, we can never know.
Yeah, you never know. So that's the one thing that I always look at.
Sure. All right, dude. That was everything.
Yeah.
If the person's an artist, usually this is the part where like people can plug stuff. I don't know if you have anything to plug. You want to plug your Twitch channel that you don't use?
I mean, I don't even remember. I think it's Subway I.
Yeah, when you don't know your own.
There's a.
I mean, I'll find it and I'll put it in the link.
Yeah, you can put it in the link. But I guess last things that I could leave for the audience is.
Yeah, I usually ask the last words. Yeah, so
if you're a big music fan, go listen to Flower Boy.
Okay.
It's like, hey man, let me tell you something though. Like I can go off on how good that album is.
Yeah.
But definitely no. Go listen to this one song. If the people listen to this one, have a good song. Listen to November by Tyler, the creator. Pretty much he's talking about like a moment in time that you remember, and they kind of phrase it as like my November. And like one of the guys like, oh, my November was the Odd Future Sundays where we'll skate all day and listen to music. And then one person, my November was when I met the love of my life and she fucked up my world.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, it hits you hard. And what I like about it is that the very last part of it, he's like rapping. He's like, I'm going to call you and leave you a voicemail like I would normally do. So you hear the phone ringing, right? And then you hear the automated message. nobody is available to take your call right now. Please leave your message at the beep, and you hear the beep, and it just ends like that.
Yeah.
It just hits me hard. You know what I mean? Because like the way I look at it is he's trying to reach back to somebody, obviously somebody who meant a lot to him.
Yeah.
But they're not there anymore. So that's where the empty screen. And so yeah, listen to that song. And listen to the whole album. The whole album.
Check it. I'll check at least November. I don't know about the whole.
Hey
album,
man,
but
like
I mean,
that song is good. So I'll plug that. You know, play Marvel.
There you go. Those the last words. Play Marvel.
Play Marvel, and well, really, last words are just love life, man. Love life.
That's cool.
Life is beautiful, and love music. Love and respect music. That's I'm a big music fanatic. I'm surprised that I don't attempt to be a musician. I don't think I have that talent, unfortunately.
Everybody can do it. It's 2017. Everybody can do everything now.
Yeah, but just love music, respect music, love yourself, love everybody. Just get rid of hate. That's all I think. That's my last message I want to say. People just be gone with hate. Just be loving, caring, respect music, respect yourself, respect your neighbor.
Boom.
Just have a good day.
There you go. Bake that chicken, smoke that turkey.
That's
Boosh.
right.
Woke up today, same day every day. Nothing changes, no life rearrangement. Am I shameless? My name nameless. I choose to be painless, the path that's painless. Easier choice to do, though I have no clue. My life what to do, and be the chosen few. Greener on the other side, when will the tide be on my side? Surfing the life ride. What I do when I go to sleep every night, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I wake up first sight, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I battle every single day, we surfing the life ride. What I do when the North so Hawaii, we surfing the life ride. Now my flow is flowing, life is ever knowing, I'm forever going. Obstacles are slowing me from being me. My mind can see potential in me, failing publicly, still not trying. Closer to down, my dreams flying. There's no denying what I wanna do. Act as if no clue what I wanna do. Ride you a crew, easier to do than put in work. Effort test to hurt, business stay flow. With my motivation, stop procrastination, head to destination. No more vacations, not until the end. And with you, my friends, but there is no end. Always in a van, always on to do. Podcast do, grow does the queue, nothing rather do. What I do when I go to sleep every night, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I wake up first sight, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I battle every single day, we surfing the life ride. What I do when the North so Hawaii, we surfing the life ride. This year the tide will rise and subside on my side. I'm gonna try like I'ma die, no matter the why. I always aim high, but the goal to fly away from here. No more fear, talking about leaving. Now you'll be seeing me going out, power of my mouth, make reality, no salary, freedom of my life, creation is my wife, gonna be alright, can't spark the light, care for myself, first fix my health, then aim for wealth, set free myself, transform within life, I win, all of my kin believe they come in. What I do when I go to sleep every night, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I wake up first sight, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I battle every single day, we surfing the life ride. What I do when the North so Hawaii, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I go to sleep every night, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I wake up first sight, we surfing the life ride. What I do when I battle every single day, we surfing the life ride. What I do when the North so Hawaii, we surfing the life ride. Where am I going from here? Where am I going from here? What am I gonna do next? Am I gonna be the best? Where am I going from here? Where am I going from here? What am I gonna do next? Am I gonna be the best? Where am I going from here? Where am I going from here?